Good evening, Ravnica, and welcome back to The Broken Pact, the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica show here on twitch.tv/D&D and twitch.tv/SavingThrowShow, combining the worlds of Dungeons & Dragons and Magic the Gathering. I am your Dungeon Master, or perhaps more realistically, your Guildmaster, Ruben Bressler, and these fine citizens are my players. Feel free to introduce yourselves.
Hi everybody, my name is Jordan Pridgeon and I am playing Astaroth, the Minotaur fighter, because I got the horns here, and I am a member of the Boros Legion. Got my signet.
Hello, I am Riley Silverman, and I am playing Velma Sweet, the half-elf bard who is affiliated with the Orzhov Guild.
Hello everybody, my name is Grav Gulati, and I'm playing Lucian Ladrian, a member of the Azorius Senate and a human investigator.
Hello everyone, I'm Ashlyn Rose, and I am playing Tuturu. And she is a Loxodon cleric from the Selesnian Conclave.
It sounds much better in the original Loxodon, your name.
Yeah, very majestic.
Yeah,
the tones and octaves.
Humans don't
It's
really
actually very
have
offensive to Loxodon that we keep making fun of her name.
Right, exactly, yeah. So we have a couple of announcements before we get started. First of all, there will be not one, but two raffles this week.
What?
Use !raffle in the chat to win either a Dungeon Master's Guide. It's a Dungeon Master's Guide, right, this week? Dungeon Master's Guide from Wizards of the Coast, of course. And you also have a chance to win one of these Guilds of Ravnica bundles. Look at this thing.
Ooh.
This
Nice.
includes this includes 10 Guilds of Ravnica booster packs, a card box, a basic land pack, one premium foil version of each basic land,
That's pretty nice.
a spin down counter with a random guild on it. So this might be
nice.
like a guild test for you.
Choose your fate.
And a player's guide. So we're going to be giving this away in the chat as well this week. Use exclamation mark raffle. A reminder that you do have to be in the chat at the end of the stream in order to win when we do the draw. So, you know, if you enter I assume folks are spamming exclamation mark raffle right now. Got to be in the chat at the end of the stream as well when we do that.
With the guild dice in there, at the pre-release, I got almost all of them. The Is It guild dice are gorgeous. They're real nice.
Are they blue with red or red with blue?
They're blue with red.
Blue with red?
But it's
Nice.
like it's a
Nice.
really good color to it.
Very cool.
So is it guild dice?
Yes.
Okay.
That's one. That's one. Is it pun? We'll get more.
Is it?
Oh, you're so new to magic. You haven't done any is it puns yet. Oh, it's great. I'm so happy. I'm really looking forward to those episodes. All right. What else do I have to?
Somehow. I feel put in my place.
I didn't mean to do that. I
No.
apologize. No.
They
it's
never
fine.
get old.
They never get old.
No, they don't.
No. Is it time? It's always time.
I don't get it.
I don't need that noise singing it.
After this show, of course, we do have Talk Pact. We will be discussing the events of this episode, answering your questions from chat. Some of us, most of us will be here, I think. Some of us are sticking around to do that. And so join us on twitch.tv/SavingThrowShow. After this stream ends on twitch.tv/D&D, switch on over to that channel, and we'll answer all your burning questions. Anything else before we get started? Or are we ready to dive in? You think we're ready to go?
I'm ready.
Alrighty. Well, without further ado...
Is it time to play?
That's 3.
Yes. Yes, it is.
That's right. Well, dim the lights. Sit in your favorite overstuffed comfy chair by the fire. And let's get ready to play some Dungeons & Dragons in the Magic the Gathering world of Ravnica. Get ready for the excitement and the intrigue of Ravnica, the Broken Pact. Episode 2, Murder Investigation. Previously on the Broken Pact, the young Loxodon named Tuturu's life was thrown into turmoil when she found the body of her mentor Dryad dead. The ancient being of wood, vine, and elemental life had no outward wound, no visible injury, apart from his eyes, which were pits of ash that opened to a burned-out head. Tuturu enlisted the help of her old schoolmate, a human cleric of order, Lucian, who is now an Azorius law mage and investigator, who informed Tuturu of a series of millennia-old murders done by a method dubbed
The conflagration?
the conflagration. Without much else to go on, the two traveled to another, more recent friend, one with a, shall we say, morbid interest? What do you
I wouldn't
think?
say morbid. I would say more of just a strong curiosity.
Yeah,
a
a bit of a,
fascination, perhaps.
well, a strong,
Professional interest, we would say.
perfect, a professional interest in old Ravnican mysteries and murders,
And new ones as well.
and new ones as well. The half-elf bard, Velma Sweet, Orzhov debt negotiator, on as well, and owner of The Generous Stray.
I prefer debt finisher.
Debt finisher.
Solution provider.
Always be closing. That's right. She told them of the Embermind killings, a series of murders before the signing of the Guild Pact more than 10,000 years ago. Almost as long ago as they were solved. The guilty person tried and executed, and it has yet to happen again. Until now. And more than once, the Minotaur fighter Astaroth thought the tale sounded familiar, too familiar, to an incident being covered up by his guild, the Boros Legion. They recovered a body with a smoldering skull and no evidence of a killer. The party ventured back to Tuturu's Vernati, or gated community, sort of around a tree, where a funeral service was held in its gardens, and the remains of her mentor Mookie were laid to rest beneath the tree at its center. The group was reminded of the guild's intention to keep things hush-hush, but it would seem that the party has no intention of letting this particular case be swept away so easily. We begin this week at the bottom of that tree. As you all, are you doing anything before leaving? Right there at the bottom of the tree, you just saw the roots sort of close back up on each other.
I would say, is anyone still around at this point?
As you look around, folks seem to be moving in an orderly fashion out to the front of the Vernati, and you can hear a bit of a din of folks, now that you're down from the temple and have finished with the funeral services. Folks who, there appear to be a lot of people walking by out front, actually.
Okay.
And my comprehend language should still be active. 'cause
Your
I prefer
comprehend
more.
languages is still active. How long does that last for?
An hour.
An hour. Yes, you still have that going. You actually, all of you sort of sense a large commotion. Earthquakes don't exactly happen on Ravnica at all because the Izzet have sort of put a stop to natural disasters. Unnatural disasters, quite another thing. Could be a worm, could be some giant rubble belt monster.
The
But,
Izzets help those out sometimes.
Yeah. But when the street trembles and dirt rains from the planters and bricks fall loose, it's most often something not great. But in this case, you do feel a little bit of a rumble beneath your feet and a little bit of a tension out front of the Vernati. And as you go out, you can see that a large procession of Celestians are moving past your Vernati, headed toward the Great Concourse. You sort of sense that the Celestia Conclave is sort of moving in a procession. Many Vernati, many citizens all coming together. This would probably qualify as a religion check?
Oh gosh, okay.
I would say religion.
Religion. That is a 5.
Okay. That's weird.
You can't always know everything about religion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anyone nearby? I can.
Sure.
I'm gonna walk up. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah. So there is the new Voda, who I have named Loandris.
Loandris.
Loandris is the new
Loandris.
is the new Voda that was assigned by V2 Ghazi here.
All right.
And there's also Tolis,
Tolis, yes.
the Sagittar, and some of your other friends in the Vernati.
Okay, I'll walk up to. Well, I haven't really met Loandris yet, so is he standing by?
Yeah.
I'll walk up and introduce myself and try to figure.
To Loandris?
Yeah. And,
Hi, how are you?
hello, it's nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you as well. What's your name?
Tuturu.
Tuturu. Oh, I've heard about you. You were very close with Mookie.
Yes.
I'm very sorry.
It's okay. It was a great loss to everyone, but we'll recover. Do you
Well,
know what's going on here?
Absolutely. Whenever anyone of great import passes from the Celestian Conclave, they organize a march, often called the March of the Multitudes, in which we show force and show our collectiveness. And it can be done for a number of reasons, one of which is the passing of such an ancient being.
Mm.
This was organized very quickly by Imara Tandris. You are coming, yes?
Oh, yes. I just need to talk to my friends before I go.
All right.
Thank you.
And Loandris will make its way out the front, their way, his way. It's weird with dryads in this world. Out the front gate. You see evangels and other Loxodons, hierarchs of the order, horncallers, all manner of sentient beings sort of moving slowly in a procession past the front of your Vernati and toward the Great Concourse.
Okay.
You guys have never seen anything like this before. This is a lot of people that all sort of came together immediately.
Yeah, I'm very delighted by it.
I know these people are all tree hugger sorts, but I don't know. Whenever this many people are out on the streets, it makes me sort of nervous. This is the sort of thing that could turn into a riot out of nowhere.
Yeah. You also sense, rather than just the pitter-patter of feet, you also sense an occasional thump.
Yeah.
Thump. Thump, as some of the massive towering elementals walk past, some of them 5 stories tall, almost reaching the treetops of these massive Vernati as well. Beings of vine and root and parts of building and just complete forces of nature stomping their way through the arbor.
This is delightful. This spectacle is fantastic.
Yeah, it's
I'm sorry about your friend, but this is really impressive.
No problem.
Yes,
it's fantastic until you suddenly have to clean up after the looting that happens when people are distracted by giant elementals walking down their street.
Well, it's their area. Let them do what they want to do.
Well, that's all good and well. It's quite a parade, but I do hope they have their paperwork in order to march onto the streets of Ravnica, and I will not pry, but...
The two of you are so short-sighted. Our plan, she kind of like whispers down a little bit lower, is to move more or less undetected. And if everyone's attention is being drawn towards this rabble, we can move far easier.
Well, I think moving undetected is actually your plan. I have no reason to do that. I am an Azorius investigator, and they should answer any questions I have, if I had any, which at this moment I don't.
Can I ask you a question, Mr. Inspector?
Of course.
Has anyone in the Azorius told you about this investigation yet? About the death of this very important guild leader?
No.
Has anyone from your precious hierarchies told you about the mysterious Boros that my friendly doorman here has reported to us as well?
I don't know. They don't tell me about every and each murder that occurs on the streets of Ravnica.
Probably hasn't filed the proper paperwork to know about it yet.
So
a priest will that's coming down the ramp as other folks are sort of shuffling out will lean over and go, listen, and then sort of drift away in their hippy dippy way. As you listen, you can faintly hear, you recognize the song, the Call of the Conclave, as it's called, the song sort of a hymn as the various voices, varied types of voices of the Celestia are singing as they march down the procession. You aren't close enough to really hear the tune, but this is something you've heard this before, and it is moving.
It's actually kind of calming. Like it kind of like, you know, brings out your energy, gives you like a happy outlook on like, you know what, I think we'll be okay. I don't think we need to hide anything. We have nothing to worry about here. We can just continue on, and I think we do things the right way. We'll be okay.
All right. Well, it may be a good idea to keep a bit more of a low profile on what it is we're investigating when we get to the Boros, okay? We don't always look so kindly into bringing strangers into our investigations, okay?
All right. It is your place of business, so I will do as you ask.
So you guys
Bella pulls out her flute and like tries her best to mimic the sound of the song.
Sure. You can make a performance check.
Sure.
As you guys make your way out the front of the Vernati.
It's going to be I got 11. Oh, it's a 1. Never mind. Sorry,
Oh, it's
that
a
was 10. She's not able to mimic it.
Natural 1
Oh,
is
was
the
that one?
worst result.
Yeah. I thought it
You
was
can
a 7.
get on a
it was 1.
20-sided die in this Dungeons
Oh, no.
and Dragons.
Yeah, critical fail. So she is not able to do it at all.
Yeah, not a
It's
lot of-
actually kind of offensive what she does with it. So.
Not a lot of wind instruments used in Celestian culture. It doesn't really
Fair.
mesh.
Are you
Yeah.
playing Don't Fear the Reaper?
Yes.
Yeah. No,
I actually turns out I thought I pulled my flute out. It was actually a cowbell.
perfect.
And I was just going.
So you join.
Cowbells.
And then
She owns a club?
Tutor was just like.
Yeah, I just gently kind of like, it's okay. It's
my
okay.
mom was a cow, so...
Oh, you did the foil thing I didn't notice on your horn!
Yeah.
Nice, I love it.
Yep, perfect. So you join the procession. It is haunting and beautiful, and Tuturu, you march amongst your family, and you can join in the song. Your voice rises and your spirit rises with it. You know, your day was filled with horror, finding your mentor dead, but tonight all of that sort of washes away with the sound and the sights and the light. You glide with the force of Mot Celestia, and with that perfection, your worries all melt away. Your friends, not being of the Celestian Guild, have to make a wisdom saving throw,
What?
as the music has magical properties. As a half-elf,
Join
this is a
us.
charm effect.
Okay, so I get advantage.
Yes.
I got a 6.
Yes.
So I'm probably pretty
Just
into
like
it.
put my arm around you and start like humming and singing with
15.
you.
This is
We are the
wisdom
world.
saving throw? Okay, well, I only got an 8, but I'm good on wisdom, so...
Are we all going to become Celestian?
Save,
Oh my gosh.
Save,
God, I'd be such a bad Celestian.
save on this is a 10.
Oh, I got a 13 then.
Okay.
I'm good.
I got a 15.
15? Okay. And so you
I got a 6. Yeah.
hear the beauty and the sound, and it occurs to you that, you know, maybe the Celestians ain't all bad. This is, I could see myself living here, maybe.
I'd have to be on one of the lower levels of the tree, but I don't know. Something about this, it speaks to me.
Listen to your soul.
There's no effect. There's no major effect happening right now.
Yeah, but I'm just like, you know,
no game mechanic.
I like this
effect
more than I
happening
expected.
Right now. We'll talk about what that is at a later time.
All right.
Velma, you know a lot about music, I would assume.
Mhm.
Is there some sort of subtext in this music we're hearing?
Can I like roll for like?
Yeah, make a Arcana check.
Okay. 15.
Okay, so this is sort of not druidic, not dryadic, but
Satanic.
no, it's sort of like
Excuse me?
like a siren song
Okay.
equivalent sort of thing happening, where it seems like if you are predisposed and under the influence for a long time, this might have some sort of charm effect.
Okay. So it appears that the Selesnians use the music to cultivate membership in a way that perhaps is a little less than savory.
I see. I'll have to bring that up and see if that's completely legal. I'm not 100% sure, but maybe they have some sort of clause in there.
I don't know. Sounds pretty good to me.
Doesn't it sound wonderful? I kind of like pick up their hands and kind of start swinging a little bit as we walk.
You guys are
Should've had
making
them
your
like
way.
nothing. I don't notice anything at all.
You guys are making your way out of the trees and into the Grand Concourse, which let me get my description for the Grand Concourse here, so that you guys know what's happening.
I wish I had Alma just go, I don't notice anything about it at all.
So this is sort of raised paths and many intercrossing bridges and things along those lines. This is much of where the housing of the populace lives. Not everyone lives in a Vernati. Not everyone is a part of Avoda's community. Much of the more secular Selesnians, I would say, are in the Grand Concourse. Which are elevated walkways that are linked and raised paths, lots of stone and dark granite, the central hub of which is sort of led to. All roads lead to the center of the Grand Concourse, and at the center of the Grand Concourse is, and on the floor level, is a neighborhood called the Concordance. The Concordance is an area of town that has the most ancient standing portions of Precinct 3. It's one of the favorite spots of the Vernati. Even older trees than the ones that you live in are in the Concordance. You know that much of this area of town is probably like old Orzhov churches, like first millennia, like very long, because this is Precinct 3. There's no Orzhov presence nearby.
Mm-hmm.
But all of it's been reclaimed by moss and shrubs and all of that. This is also where Sumala is. Sumala is a famous Vernati, which is an extremely dense forested area that has been meticulously pruned and kept shaped and manicured and sculpted in such a way that they are all separated by very small sections. Maybe less than an inch, but they are all evenly, you can tell where one plant ends and another one begins. The topiary grove of Sumala is a super famous landmark all across Ravnica. It's a masterwork that... make a history check.
Or is that 17?
I know.
Tell.
11 plus 0. So 11.
So you know that Sumala is protected by animated topiary
Okay.
plant beings. And it's just a very ancient place that you don't want to accidentally walk into. Yeah.
All right, so as we're walking by, I'll kind of be like, by the way, the beings here are very ancient and very protective, so just make sure to not approach them in an unfriendly manner.
Yeah. Don't step on the grass. I get it.
Thank you.
So as you walk down the promenade with your friends and of course all of your neighbors walking next to you, you are walking on a stone path and walking towards the Concordance, the center of the Great Concourse. A figure from the crowd begins to emerge as the march slowly moves past. You see that Loandris has stopped and is talking with someone who is appears to be either a human or an elf woman, beautiful, strong, blonde woman with ears that hint to elf or half elf, standing in the middle of the street, smiling and comforting people as they walk by and greeting people. And as you approach, she sees you and makes eye contact with you, Tuturu, and says, "My Tuturu, how are you?"
I recognize her, right?
Yes.
Okay. Lady Amara, it is my honor to meet you today.
Oh, don't be so formal. I don't like being stuffy. It's not the Celestian way. These must be your friends?
Yes. These are my friends. I introduced them. Ladrian.
Lucian, Ladrian.
Very nice to
Pleasure
meet you.
to meet
My
you.
name is Imara Tandris.
Astarock.
Astarock, very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
So,
And she'll sort of grin and be like, all right, sort of just all right.
yeah.
She has vibrant green eyes that shine with like sort of an otherworldly power. She has, the general temperament of a calm priest woman, but you can tell that this is a very powerful person.
This is a nice song you all got.
Yes, the call of the conclave calls to all kinds. Celestia welcomes anyone who would join in her song. I am very sorry for your personal loss, and all of Celestia mourns how Mookie has passed. I hope that we can move past this quickly, and she will sort of begin to start walking with you all down the march. She will say, Tuturu, how is the orphan Tito doing?
Oh, Tito. He's been doing well. He's very quick-minded. He's learning things much faster than I would have anticipated.
Do you think he might enjoy another figurine?
Probably.
Okay.
Did you have any in mind that you think he might like?
I think that we can deliver him, and she will pull a small phytohydra from her pocket that's sort of like chewing on a sword. Phytohydra is sort of a plant it's like a hydra that's like not hydra-sized.
Mm-hmm.
It's,
The little baby Hydra.
yeah.
Okay.
It's a little baby hydra made of plants.
Okay.
And this little figurine,
want one.
the little figurine is carved and appears to be chomping on a sword.
Okay.
I think he might like this one.
Oh, that's lovely. I'll make sure he gets it. Thank you.
Excellent.
Kind of tuck it away carefully.
You can make a perception check.
Okay.
Actually, everybody can make. You three can make a perception check, I guess.
All right.
If you say so.
Yeah, I don't know. This is gonna be a tough one anyway.
12.
Yeah, 13.
No. All right. That's a cool looking figurine.
Took a lot of time, that one. Details.
So I want to thank you for all the work you've done so far already, and if I'm not mistaken, the work that you may still yet be doing.
Of course, it's always a pleasure. Everything I do is for the good of the conclave, so thank you for letting me be able to do my part.
Of course. I think that and she will sort of like look around and make sure that no one of super importance is watching or listening. The conclave is a great tree. A leaf may fall with color and poignancy, but the tree will live and thrive and celebrate the life of Mookie, and we can grow the tree. Don't mourn the leaves that were on the longest. But in Mookie's case, and you sort of see her drop her expression, are you aware of Mookie?
What do you mean?
Can I have a moment, just a moment with Tuturu alone, please?
All right.
Of course, yes.
So she will sort of hold you back a little bit.
I'm gonna roll stealth to see if I can kind of stay close by without being detected. No, I don't, because I have an 11. So
as you sort of try
12,
to
yeah.
crane your neck,
Yeah.
Imara will continue to move further
Okay.
back in the march.
I'll turn back. Don't worry, we'll be back.
I don't know if Mookie told you, but Mookie was different. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Are you referring to the Moros?
Yes. This does not happen. The Celestians, well, the power structure of Celestia cannot investigate the murder. If we did so, we discovered that another guild was responsible, we would have no choice but to go to war. It's better for the song of his life to be sung and for us to come together in strength like this, but for no one to particularly know why unless they already know why. Do you catch my meaning?
I think so.
We cannot escalate any more strife before the upcoming guild summit.
Ah.
But I think that if it were not guild business and the cause was found in some other way, that might be all right. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes. Do you have any guidance you might be able to give to help point one in the right direction? Should they be looking outside of guild surroundings?
I have no idea who has done this, but I know someone has. And I can't sit by and let it happen. You are in a unique position with your friends to be able to maybe find a way to find who's responsible. I think we should rejoin your friends.
I think so too. Thank you.
Of course. And she will walk back up to everybody. I think we know why we are walking together.
Because of the music and...
Yes, because of the music. Music is beautiful. The Conclave accepts all, but that's not why I'm here today. Maybe later. If you still have interest, we can have that conversation.
I don't know. Seems nice to visit, but I think I like, getting my hands a little dirtier than the Celestia might be into.
To wage war, you have to secure peace within yourself first.
All right. Well, I've never had peace within myself, but I've sure waged a lot of war in my time, so you might need to rethink that little bit of philosophy.
She will sort of stop and wait for y'all to make a circle together. Imagine trying to plant a forest.
Okay.
On dry...
there's more.
There is more. On dry, arid land. You can't. It won't grow. What you need is to plant one plant. Just one plant. And then you care for that plant as if your life depended on it. You water it. You fertilize it. You tend to its every need. And when it's strong enough, then you can plant a second one. And another. And another. And slowly, very slowly, the soil around your plants becomes better, richer. And it'll be easier to plant new plants. This city is so dried out. The Tristani aren't speaking to one another. The guild leaders are stressed, shall we say. Maybe you all are the first plant. Do you understand?
Well, I don't know much about plants, but clearly there's some stuff that have gone wrong. You can just feel it in the air around these days.
Straightforward and to the point.
Like to get things done.
We'll go get things done then. Too true.
Amara.
It was very nice meeting you all.
It was a pleasure.
And she
And-
will...
I do want to know if you will be informing the rest of the guilds of this occurrence.
If I were to inform guilds, I would be risking too much, I believe. Best to keep it in-house. I believe as an Azorius law mage you are familiar with such practice.
Of course, I am, but you just had a very large procession come through here, and of course we know. I believe word will get around. People will find out.
If you look around in this procession, people are watching. They are dumbfounded. They are impressed by the show of force, but they do not join in. You are the only members of other guilds here in this March of the Multitudes.
That you know of.
That we know of. But
Every guild has its spies, not just the Demir.
we keep our gardens open so that all may know wonder, but guarded so that all may know peace. We aren't inviting help in this circumstance, and even if I wanted to, I couldn't.
Why is that?
It's not my call to make.
Whose call is it?
Tristani, the voice of Celestia, the guild leader of our conclave.
And what's stopping me or any of us from taking it to our respective guilds and letting them know? They could only help. I mean, the Azoria Senate would look into this.
We
That's
don't.
classic Azorius right there. You always want more transparency when it's coming from another guild to the Azorius, but whenever you have to help with something, oh no, there's too much information. That's classified.
Additionally, we don't know who attacked Mookie. If it were discovered that it was a guild that we asked for help, that would be complicated.
It seems that the wise course, according to the lady, is that open honesty could lead to war before the facts are known.
The Guild Pact is a fragile piece. The original Guild Pact, of course, was destroyed during the Decamillennial 76 years ago. The living Guild Pact, wherever he is not around, and it's tough keeping peace amongst such differing communities. In the meantime, things have to be handled delicately. This needs to be handled delicately. I think, I hope, I wish for you to be the first plant and make the soil better, because we need trust to return to Ravnica.
While we might not be able to bring this out, we can at least figure out what's the cause of this to prevent any other further casualties.
Well, I don't know about any of these plants or slowly fertilizing the soil or anything like that, but I'm gonna go do what the Boros always do. We get the job done, we solve the problem, and we bring justice to the streets of Ravnica. Guild Pact or no?
It seems to me that were a member of the Azorius to help the Selesnya with this particular quandary and keep it out of the limelight, perhaps that would make you slightly in our debt?
She will grin widely.
Yeah.
I would certainly suggest that perhaps you consider this corporate sponsorship.
That works for now, until we have more information to sweeten the pot. And as you know, I enjoy sweetening the pot.
I love an Orzhov who knows how to deal.
What other type of Orzhov is there?
Dead
Dead.
ones.
I like
That's
your
good.
friend. Should I know who this person is? Like, is this like someone who's relatively?
Yeah. You. This would. I mean, you can make a history check. This would be an easy history check.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your last name?
Also, some of the
Tangerous.
Orzhov who are dead totally know how to deal.
Well, sure.
Is there something
They know
that
how to do
I
it way
have
better.
information on given to me by?
Probably not specifically. No.
Okay. Well, that's a 19, so I think I've
Yeah.
probably got something.
So-
on it.
Imara Tandris.
Here's
Yeah.
your file.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amara Tandris, feel free to
She
look
hands
up
me
this
her
character
driver's
on
license. Sorry.
any of the Magic the Gathering card lookup sites. We've just met a famous canon character.
Yay.
Yeah, well, good for all you Magic fans who know people already.
Hey, that's the point. We're here to educate. So,
Yeah.
Amara Tandris,
I knew this was someone big because earlier you mentioned it to Ashlyn, and you're like, "This is a spoiler. Don't tell her who we said." And I'm like, I don't know who it
Yeah,
is.
And then I
exactly.
blurted out, I'm like, yeah, I'll call her this.
well, good news
Yeah.
is not everyone knows. So
Yeah.
it's time for story time. Imara Tandris is not the guild leader, but certainly a very powerful figure in the Celestian Conclave.
Okay.
She's also sort of the voice of, I wouldn't call it dissent, but
Okay.
she treats she treats the guild. She wants the guilds to be more open, whereas Tristani is the isolationist party within the Celestians. Additionally, she was also the maze runner, which is of the Celestians when the implicit maze was solved, which after the destruction of the original guild pact.
A bunch of teenagers woke up in a maze.
Right.
Had to kill each other off.
They had to, yeah.
Almost.
Well, yeah,
Almost that.
Are you the Minotaur in the maze?
Yeah!
Almost that. There was a stopgap solution put in place by one of the original guild masters, a sphinx named Azor, for whom the Azorius Guild is
Gotcha.
named, and required all of the guilds to work together in order to reforge the guild pact in a representative.
Okay.
And they solved the maze together, and Jace Beleren became the living guild pact.
Okay.
And honestly, he was a horrible choice because he's one of the only living guild packs who can leave.
Go play.
Right, which you don't know that he's a planeswalker, by the way.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
guys don't know
He's
that
just gone
planeswalkers
right
are a
now.
thing.
Which is why he
He's
hasn't
just
been
missing.
around.
He's just not around. Imara was the representative of that run,
Okay.
and with a 19, you would probably know that she knows Jace
Okay.
personally.
Okay. Now, and she is an elf. Is she a full-blooded elf?
She's an elf. Yes.
Do I, is
full
she?
elf.
Do I know what kind of elf she is? Like, is she Devkarin or is she?
No, she's not
Definitely
Devkarin.
Okay.
I mean, you would assume a wood elf could be. Yeah, I would assume a wood elf.
What was your title that you said she had?
Maze runner. I mean, Celestians don't really have titles.
Okay,
Imara Tandris.
but
is
she's
her-
not a Voda or whatever.
She's not a Voda.
Okay,
No.
cool.
She is elder
Elder.
of the community.
Okay.
But,
Highly
but not
respected.
yeah, highly respected and elvish, humanoid, as opposed to a Voda, which is a dryad.
Right, gotcha. Okay, cool.
And with that, unless there's anything else, Imara will rejoin the procession and sort of wander off into the March of the Multitudes. And you guys are still in the procession. The sun is setting to the west as you march south, so it's setting to your right, which is also the direction of Sunhome, the fortress of the Legion, which I believe might have been next on your docket.
Mhm.
So what are you doing?
So I think the first thing we want to do is, so I know this went down in the Boros Legion and it's being covered up.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you know? Maybe I've already asked this. Do you know who the victim was in the Boros Legion?
Look, I wasn't there. I didn't see what was going on, but word travels around in the barracks, okay? You know, soldiers. Soldiers talk, especially if you had a couple drinks.
And what were these soldiers saying?
Mostly just what I said about the man's head being blown out, burned out. There was
Did they
no
say
sign
who
who it was.
the man was?
An elf or half elf, maybe. I think hopefully we can find some more information. If it's high profile, someone is going to want to brag about being on the scene. Look, if you start swapping stories about gruesome murder scenes or crazy cases you were part of, other people are going to want to join in. That's just how Legionnaires have fun.
Fair enough. Where can I go to hear someone swapping these kind of stories?
Well, they're not going to swap it with you.
They, as far as you know.
Yeah, trust me. An Orzhov walks into a Boros bar and just starts saying, "Hey, tell me about the people you saw die." No, trust me. No one's going to listen to you. You got to walk in. You got to sit down, chum around a little bit, maybe get into a small fight. You know, just camaraderie type stuff. And then you start swapping tales of things that had happened. Oh, yeah, we spent all day trying to figure out who killed who, and we realized it was a two-headed ogre, and both heads killed each other. Like, that's the sort of thing that gets people talking, and then everyone's going to want to one-up each other. If we go to someone who was involved in this, even if they were told not to say anything to another member of the Legion, they're going to want to brag. That's just how it works. Okay?
Astarock, I feel like you're leading up to something here.
What I'm saying is we just need to get the scuttlebutt. We need to go and find gossip. Find somebody who was on the scene and find more information there.
And
Okay.
you have a location in mind then?
I got a few places we can try.
All right. That sounds like a good start as any, but I do have this ash sample I want to get analyzed, but if I am not allowed to share the details of this investigation with anybody, I can't go to my regular sources in the Azorius.
All right, look. As soon as you get your people in the Azorius involved, we're going to be up to our neck in paperwork, okay? So let's try it my way for just a little bit.
All right. That's fine. All right.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right.
Are you going to let us know what Lady Tandris explained to you while we were rudely set aside?
Were you guys not here? Ruben said it all. Did you guys not hear it?
Earmuffs.
Let me cast metagaming. It's a level. It's a cantrip. It's actually I can cast as many times as I want.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
But,
It's
but
metagaming, so.
would Tuturu convey the thing what she was told in private?
Oh, absolutely. She
Okay.
just kind of spill it all out and be like, so
Okay,
this
cool.
is what we're going to do, and we're going to basically help save the world without causing a giant war.
Okay. Would you have said the thing about the Moro thing?
No.
Okay. That's what I want to know what secrets Velma knows now.
No, yeah. Definitely just what advice she gave us.
Okay.
Now,
Giant war is bad and all, but you know, if there was a war, a guild that would be pretty well positioned for that.
Speak softly and be a big stick. That's the Celestinian way.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to start making your way out of precinct. You're going to start heading west?
Yeah.
Or you guys are walking this time, right?
Yeah, you know what? I think going on the flying back and forth is great, but this time we're going to my place, and I want to go my way. I also don't think I
Fair.
could get back up in one of those machines.
we can't procure a wheeled carriage of some sort?
A wheeled carriage? Come on!
Is that so out of the question? I don't know what's wrong
What,
with
are your shoes too nice to walk for a little bit?
Well,
I
they are
believe
quite
that-
nice, actually.
They are nice shoes. I believe that we should let the gentleman take us into his territory by the means he prefers.
Yeah, look. We just need to go there like regular people, okay? Maybe on the way there we'll find something else on the street. I don't know. Look, there's value in just being on the streets of Ravnica, okay?
It is
Maybe
a nice
flying
night.
around and living in trees, you guys are missing some of the real city life.
I assure you, you're not.
It is a nice night. I see no problem walking. It'll be fun.
All right,
Exactly.
agreed. Let's walk.
As we're walking, Velma like very subtly like removes her Orzhov pin and like hides it because she knows they're going into Boros territory and she's trying to like diminish her guild affiliation immediately.
Anyone else trying to diminish their guild affiliation?
Nope.
Yeah,
Gonna be-
Lucian's gonna actually shine his pin to make
I
it
was gonna
shiny.
say it's
Like,
tough
and
to.
Yeah.
I'm only telling you out of character. Like in character, you probably didn't notice it immediately, but you might eventually notice she's not wearing her guild.
Sure.
pin.
Sure.
Yeah.
I casually put a hand on Lucian's shoulder. I'm like, hey, look, Blue. I know we've worked together, and I like you, but someone's gonna beat you up.
I'm sorry.
Just don't look so Azorius. Just a little, all right?
I mean, if you are asking me to wear a disguise, I'm not going to do anything like
Not saying wear a disguise, just
If you would like to, I do have a kit. I can give you all sorts of fun things.
No, I do not need a disguise.
Would you like a fake mustache? I can give you a fake mustache.
I have a beard. I don't see how that would work, but
Fine.
all right. You know that look you have on your
No.
face all the time, like everything
Boring.
smells kind of bad.
no, I don't.
Like try not to have that for just a little
That
bit.
face right there is the
Yeah.
face he's
You
talking
do kind
about.
of have a
You're doing
face.
what
I
he's
don't
saying.
have. I don't have a face. Let's stop looking at my
like,
face and telling me what. That doesn't. That, as a Loxodon,
Yep.
it
As
looks
she
very
does
strange.
that,
No, she's doing it right.
Huge tusks and giant molars as
Okay,
she
don't do
pokes
that.
her
I
cheeks.
can't. I cannot do that. I don't.
Even with the tusk, she's got you pretty down.
Okay, all right. Just I will follow your lead as best I can, but you will have to protect me in case someone comes barreling towards me.
No one's gonna respect you if I
Probably
protect you.
won't.
Then I will protect myself as best I can. I can
All right.
fend
Well,
for
then they
myself.
will respect
That's
you.
what I wanted to hear. Exactly.
I just wanted to keep watching that. I'm done DMing today.
As we're traveling,
Uh-huh.
we pass, as we walk, I kind of like slowly, kind of like at one point, just kind of like scratch my head.
Mm-hmm.
And I will tell you later what that was.
Yeah.
I think you got it, yeah.
Your hood's up?
Yeah.
Yeah, no one gets to make a perception check.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on.
What?
As
Yeah,
we're
so
walking,
let's- go ahead.
I was gonna mention, as we're walking, I just mentioned kind of how like when we were at the tree, it was smelling pretty gnarly and like freshly gnarly, which is not very common. So there's something going on under that tree as well that we're probably gonna want to have to check out.
Yeah, underneath your Vernati
What?
tree.
Why didn't you say that when we were there
Yeah.
and could have looked?
Right, we're going to run in with the entire Slesian conclave parading down over Vernati.
Fair.
Right.
I mean, they all did march in the other direction, and we could have done it. Okay, fine.
I don't know. Some of those elementals, I just don't want to go one-on-one with them, if you know what I mean.
You also know that the two cavaliers that were parading around the outside were still around.
Yeah.
Probably going to have some cops stationed out front for a little while.
All right.
Yeah. Velma might not know that.
Velma
but-
might not know that.
She might just be more like, a secret was
That's
happening, I don't get to know about it.
So
What's
you,
with you people?
cutting across that direction, you're actually going to take the Ivy Lane, which is one of Precinct 3's main cross thoroughfares. The two main roads of Ravnica are the Transguild Promenade and the Tin Street, which sort of trifurcate, if that's a word, Ravnica from north to south. A lot of roads cut across the middle. Nat Alley goes all the way across the middle. But the Ivy Lane cuts across Precinct 3 and sort of cuts across like that. It's one of the main thoroughfares that separates cuts the Beast Haven in half and cuts all the way across, separating basically the north and the south side of things, and leads out from the center of the Concordance. It's a pretty busy location. It's you want to look up the art for Verdant Haven on your magic cards, you can take a look at that. A lot of market stalls, or like the first 5 minutes of Aladdin, except for in a forest,
Cool.
right? Like all that kind of stuff. Like,
Neat.
yeah, you catch them, we fry them, like that kind of situation as well.
Make all your references towards Disney movies like that.
I will do that from now on.
Do we break out into song as we're...
Anytime you want to break out into song, I'm all for it. It's a really popular location, particularly for the farmers and the shepherds to congregate and sell their wares and peddle their items. On festival days, this is a really popular location for celebration, and you can buy really nice flower crowns and anything that's made from or with or by animals. You can find it on the Ivy Lane, and so you're walking past stalls of all kinds.
Okay.
If you're looking for anything in particular.
Velma is,
Okay.
and she says to the rest of the party, "Pardon me for just a moment." And she walks over to a merchant that she seems to be somewhat familiar with, and he's selling like lots of just like he sells mostly like clothing and like fabrics and like jewelry and stuff like that.
Sure.
And she speaks to him, and like you just see her like reach out and like shake his hand, and it looks like she's like bribing him possibly. But it looks like she's like trying to give him money but not show the amount of currency that she's giving him. And like she smiles and walks away, and she comes back, and she now has, instead of her Orzhov pendant, she has a Boros pendant, and she like pockets it for now, and like
Do I see that you have the Boros pendant?
not yet.
Okay.
But you
I
will
have
see
a Boros
her.
pendant
Yeah.
if we want to
Yes. Okay. Then yeah, you do see it.
get a Boros
Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay.
You got the giant one.
I applaud your initiative, but it's gonna take more than a pen to look Boros. Hey, it's worth a shot, though.
Here we are. Nice little. Got these several years ago. I don't know if we can see me. Got these several years ago.
I mean,
from
they've seen me
pretty
wearing
neat.
the Orzhov one this whole time, so.
Right.
Yeah.
There you are.
Cool.
And so you do that. There is a store
good.
that
I know,
We'll
Jordan.
sing
I know this is like really garish and obvious compared
I know.
to like what you normally like to do.
It's like, oh, we're just gonna
I-
wear the signet just like out in the open?
Yeah.
What about subtlety?
Yeah.
You did pass by a stall. Didn't appear to have a name listed out front, but nice bearded gentleman. Sort of comes to a bit of a point. Dark hair slicked back, wearing a green robe. Looks human, middle age, but appeared to have some nice jewelry. If anyone is interested in procuring some jewels of any kind or other. Perhaps less scrupulous items.
Pretty much all I wear as far as jewelry is like I sometimes change out the like metal.
Doesn't
that
look
I've
like
got
he
on
has
the
any
tip.
metal tips on display.
And like other times,
Bit of a
like
specialty item.
it's sort of a fashion thing that you can wear like metal bands around
Yeah.
your thing, and that's more of just like a proof how tough I am.
Get your
Kinda
horn
thing.
pierced.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ooh, I don't want to do that.
Are you scared?
So you guys are walking down the Ivy Lane, walking west as the sun is sort of setting over the towers in the distance. You're actually going to pass the Ivory Oaks, which you would know is a huge, massive stand of trees, basically on the Transguild Promenade, right before you get into Gruul territory on the other side of the Ivy Lane. This place is an entire order of albino loxodons.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Right.
that's right.
This is an entire order of albino loxodon
Give
warrior
kind of funny,
priests.
crappy gifts.
Wow. That was
Primo.
a deep cut.
I'm
And
very happy with you right now.
Thanks.
and so you would know
once.
the name of the sacred tree that they guard is named Belokos. And if you want any more, you'd have to make a history check, but it's not super relevant. You just sort of
Next
walk
door,
by.
I
next
just
door
wanna
is a
see what
more
I
drunken
know.
one that's
Okay.
guarding the Four Locos tree.
13.
Yeah, this just lets me tell more information to the audience about the Ivory
It's
Oaks.
a good.
I don't think Ruben heard it. So.
I did not. What was it?
I said next door is the more drunken group, drunken elephants, and they're guarding the Four Locos tree. It was funnier the first time when I
That's
said
fair.
it without stumbling over it.
Yeah. You know that this is a really popular place to get married, have the rites of passage.
What was the tree called again?
Belokos. Belokos. Belokos.
We fight it, right? You wanted us to fight.
Fight the
something?
tree.
You want to fight the tree?
Burn
It's a
it.
bellicose
Great.
tree.
You're now in combat with a tree.
Okay. Oh,
I have a
It's
Zippo.
And the
not a-
entire
it's not a
albino
special
order
tree.
of Luxodons.
I
It's
go
just
back
a
to the
tree.
market and buy a Zippo.
I have an axe, so I have
That's
advantage
true.
against
Yeah,
trees.
these trees.
no.
Astarock, I choose you.
You do know that this is the cleric who's in charge here, who's named Troslan. Troslan.
We have enough clerics. We don't need
Troslan.
Troslan.
Who's an ancient, super old elephant. Like, it's tough to tell when an elephant is old unless you're a Loxodon.
Yeah.
But this one's a soup. Like, he's wrinkly for a Loxodon. And he is a super high dude in. Well, he's also could be super high, but he's super high.
I mean, we do like our trees.
rock and roll up.
It's that kind of tree, yo.
Yeah, we're white green, but we're mostly green. No, but he is fervently in Imara's camp of keep everything open to everybody.
Okay.
And so the tree is open to everybody. It's not a Vernati where you need to request passage
Or
It
join,
is-
yeah.
or join. It is completely public.
Okay.
So you walk past the Ivory Oaks, and you're now on the Transguild Promenade, crossing the Transguild Promenade in the north portion of Precinct 3, which now you're crossing into an area. Unless you want to like travel down the Transguild Promenade or avoid this, it sounds like you guys are crossing into Rubble Belt territory to me.
What is that again?
Rubble Belt is...
Rubble Belt. This is part. So the Rubble Belt sort of is a huge.
This is Gruul territory,
This
right?
is Gruul territory. So the specific part of town you're crossing into is called the Red Wastes. The Red Wastes is a sliver at the bottom of the Rubble Belt. If this is all the Rubble Belt and this is precinct or the 10th district, the little sliver where the Rubble Belt comes into Ravnica Center City is called the Red Wastes.
Okay.
And somewhere Daenerys Targaryen is coming through with her Khalasar. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to fight dragons right now?
No.
It's just
Or their mother.
This area of town. This is you and this area of town. Even this part of the promenade is rough. It's a lot of burned out old buildings. It's a lot of bombed out kind of structures. You know, you see gutted old office buildings, abandoned houses, or just run down houses. It's like mostly deserted signs of recently abandoned, not recently, but like, somewhat recently abandoned, by which I mean the last couple hundred years, civilization.
All right.
It's mostly Gruul turf, but there are some guildless who are too stubborn or down on their luck to live anywhere else. And this is not really anyone's jurisdiction. The Boros portion of Precinct 4 is further south and to the west of here. Even though the Boros keep an eye on the Red Wastes, it's tough to take back from the Gruul.
Well, yeah, and I think we sort of consider everywhere our jurisdiction by right. Like, we just need to be bringing justice to things.
Mm-hmm.
But we might know that we don't really have the people to manage the Rubble Belt.
So you have a couple of options at this point of ways to proceed. I'm gonna spell out your options. You can either cut through what's called the Samok Stand, which is a forest essentially, which means that you'll be out of that rundown civilization, but you're going to be cutting through the Samok Stand. And if you want to know anything more about the Samok Stand, I would ask for a roll. The other way that you can do this is just cut across the Red Wastes, which is civilization more. And the other option would be to cut south down the Transguild Promenade and cut directly to the west, which would take you out of Red Wastes, but would still be Gruul-controlled territory.
What's the safest option there? Would that be the last one? Well,
Tough to say.
it's the Gruul option, then I guess not.
I mean, you don't know much about this. You don't know anything about the Samok
No,
Stands.
probably not.
None of you would know anything about the Samok Stands. But that's a forest.
Forests are nice. There's
Look.
elementals there.
I say we make our way through the Red Wastes. It's most direct. Yeah, sure, it's Gruul territory, but if we keep our head down, don't try and start a fight, maybe we'll make it through.
Are you trying to convince us or yourself of not starting a fight here?
Look, they're not gonna be as aggressive to me as they would you, okay? There's a lot of Minotaurs around here. A lot of my family came from the Gruul clans. But you're all gonna stick out like sore thumbs, so let's just keep a low profile, make it through. Look, every minute we spend diverting around, this case gets colder.
If only there was some way to travel faster than walking.
every minute that we spend diverting around, the case gets colder. And we'd have to double back and get one of your fancy flying machines, okay?
Every minute our journey is longer. Minutes. Okay. It made sense in my head, and then I said it out loud and realized I had nowhere to go.
If you guys need to tell time, he's got a pocket watch. It's a little dirty right now.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I can't really open that.
Yeah.
Well,
We're not going back.
Yeah.
It's
I will.
tomorrow.
I will cede to our strongest fighters. Bless you. I will cede to our strongest fighters' knowledge of the area, and we will follow you through the red ways.
So you're going to cut through the red wastes.
Yes,
Keep close. Watch each other's backs.
I'm sure we'll be fine.
For the record, I do not think this is a good idea.
Come on. Live a little, blue boy.
I would love to live a lot, which is why I don't want to go through this.
How fast are y'all walking right now?
I think at this point we're going to start moving at our full speed.
Yeah.
So fast?
Yeah.
All
Whatever
right.
that pace is.
Yeah.
So fast pace.
Still kind of a cautious clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, not like we're running through to draw
Sure,
attention.
not running, but you're moving at. Are you moving at a normal pace or a fast pace?
I would say we're moving at...
I would say you could get to Sun Home District by sundown, by like complete, sun's completely gone away, twilight's over. Otherwise, it's going to be dark by the time you get to Sun Home.
All right, let's go at kind of a fast pace, but like make an effort to watch our backs and
I'm going to
try
roll
and...
stealth to see if I can kind of move like a little bit away from them.
Oh,
so
if
that
you're
I can-
if you're away from them,
Yeah,
sure.
that's what I'm
you
saying.
can
I'm
like
kinda
hug
like-
buildings
Yeah.
if you want to.
or like follow like maybe not. I don't have the agility. I think for like. Well, I have 3 acrobatics, so I could probably even like move like rooftops and things like that. But,
Yeah, it's
Okay.
too rubble and
Okay.
like it's too broken down and ruined.
okay, then I'm gonna kind of fall back a little bit and try to try at least and see what
Sure.
happens. Okay, so that's gonna be a 13.
Okay.
On my stealth.
Good to know.
Okay.
You all move at a brisk pace. Start moving through the red wastes on your way towards the Sun Home. I'm going to need perception checks from everybody. And because you're moving at a relatively brisk pace, I'm going to enforce a -5 penalty.
Okay.
Oh, my.
Because you are not familiar with this area, you don't know the roads,
Oh,
you don't know, the light is weird, and it's generally disorienting.
This is
Not your wheelhouse.
Oh, yeah.
One.
Fine.
So
One, natural one,
No,
or
I rolled a 6.
rolled a 6 -5.
I got a 9.
I also got a 1. Not natural.
Sure.
But we both rolled unnatural ones.
Yes.
Yeah. So you said perception.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I had a 19 -5. That's gonna be a 14.
Okay. You all don't see anything other than burned out buildings. It looks like a war zone, except for that a war zone that was 80 years old, covered with roots and moss and various. There's like a lot of graffiti around, lots of paint. It's Gruul territory, so that's not terribly surprising.
I'm
But
gonna make a
certainly,
history check to see if I think about it.
Absolutely.
If I know anything about like Ravnica now. At 8.
Nope.
Okay.
Not a very interesting area. I mean, not a lot of historical import happens here.
Okay. Well, you said like it was an 80-year-old war zone, and I know how long ago the Guild Pact fell. So
Well,
I thought
yeah,
maybe
I mean, the
related.
guild. Yeah, that's fair. I didn't really think about it that way. I apologize. 200-year-old war zone. It's just
Granted,
it's
Velma wouldn't know you said 80, but Riley did. And
Sure.
decided to make it a thing.
fair enough. You, on the other hand, do catch movement, sort of passing past windows of. You see, sort of two quick moving shadows move past a window.
Okay.
Do you want to?
I am going to cast Fairy Fire, which is a once per day spell that I get to use as a half Devkarin.
Okay.
It doesn't count against my spell slots. It actually just it's a
Great.
once per long rest. Each object in a 20-foot cube within range is outlined in blue, green, or violet light, my choice. Any creature in the area when the spell is cast is also outlined in light if it fails a dexterity saving throw. So basically, everyone here, you guys and the spirits, the people moving through the shadows, need to roll a dexterity saving throw.
I would say that the shadows were far enough away from your party that they don't need to make a.
Okay, then I wouldn't have cast it.
These ones?
I wouldn't have cast it if I'm not going to draw attention to my own party.
No.
Wait,
I'm
you're
saying
casting it
they
on the-
don't.
Oh, so I'm casting it on the spirit and the people that are moving.
So
Okay.
you're casting it on an area, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm casting it in the area that the okay, cool.
Yeah.
So the figures that are moving, I'm casting it a 20-foot cube near where I notice the movement.
Okay.
So that they need to do a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna give myself advantage because they're like running out of that real fast.
Okay, I mean that's. I feel like.
Oh,
I feel like I would
you can
cast it-
predict where
I
they're
feel like
gonna
if they're
head.
moving forward, I think that if she knows they're
You
moving
would
in a direction,
know
I think
the
she would
direction
be.
they're in.
smart
Yeah, that's
enough. I
fine.
mean,
I'll just roll regular then.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry to break your game.
No,
I mean, it
you're
doesn't
good.
matter because
Doesn't matter, they roll high.
So yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I would have because you said where they were as opposed to where they're going. Physics.
Fair enough.
You all know the.
But yeah, and
psychological
I mean, I
motion,
also don't want to break your story.
No,
It's
no,
just
no,
like,
no, you're
that
good.
just seems like what she would do.
I
It
was
doesn't-
looking
it
for it,
didn't
but I
matter.
knew
all right.
that.
So you cast fairy fire.
It doesn't matter because
You
it
cast
didn't
fairy
work.
fire on an area.
Yeah.
And the two that you see both pass.
Okay.
What's the save? Sorry.
Oh, actually, the save would be
Is
for
it
me,
is it your
it's a
spell
13.
casting?
It's a 13.
It's not a because it's a
my
racial
spell. My
ability.
spell save 13 is
13. Okay.
13.
Both
so.
of them get it.
Cool.
As you move forward, so what I'm going to do now is ask one of my players to roll what's called percentile. Percentile is when you roll to get a percentage, 1 out of 100. You're going to roll 2d10. If you roll, you typically roll one that has a 0 on it, and then there's another one that has double zeros, and then that gives you your tens digit and your zeros digit. So 000 would be 10.
0,
0, 0
would be
0, 0,
100.
0 would be 10.
Right?
Wait,
Nope, it's 1 0 is 10.
1 0
1 0
It's 10.
is 10.
0
Just
0 is 100.
roll percentage. And we'll
Yeah.
figure it
0 0 0 is
Who's doing
100.
it? Who's doing it?
out. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
who's rolling?
Whoever
0
wants to.
0
I have mine right
1 would be 1 though.
Okay, so I have a 10 and a 9. I've got
Okay.
19%.
Yeah.
So let me,
That's 120,000. Great.
that was 19?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. You all see stepping out of. Let's cut down to the map at this point. Let's get all your minis out here, folks, if you don't mind.
Oh.
Oh, here I am.
Man, I'm so bummed that fairy fire didn't work because that
We're
would have
gonna
been such
have
an easier way to have this fight go down.
I don't.
So do you want to move up or
Darn
down?
low
What do you
level
think?
spell save DCs.
Let's get a. I'm going to steal your mini over here.
Yeah.
So we're going to be moving this way, straight across the table.
Okay.
Well, he also rolled
And
18
so
for one of those,
Velma
that's
is
I
up
saw
by
that.
a door,
It's like,
whereas
yeah,
you
it's gonna
three.
make
Are
it
you
better.
ahead of or behind the party?
I'm behind.
Behind.
But I just
How
drew
far
just-
behind?
Whatever's like a reasonable distance, probably at least 10 feet, if not more, because
Okay.
I'm like definitely trying to be not detected.
All right, we'll put you sort of back here, and
Okay.
then did you all have a specific walking order?
I would imagine Astaroth in front.
I'd probably be
And since I'm
behind.
moving
Yeah.
stealthily,
In the back.
I think the
Like,
spell
let you stay
focus
in
I
the
would
middle.
use for that is my fans, so because I wouldn't have wanted to play
switch it.
music to
Sure.
draw attention.
Absolutely.
I like this image of like the
Oh, sorry.
Loxodon like standing behind the other two,
Right.
towering over them.
Yeah, just
My bard, I'm telling the audience,
So
my
as
bard's
you-
my spellcasting focus is she does fan dancing, and that's like her way of doing it quietly.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice. So as you are walking in this sort of rubble-filled area,
need to get
there are
fans.
office buildings and old houses
Talk to
and stuff like that.
Megan
There are
Caves
also
Kellerman on
some
Wildcard. She
signs
is
of
famous.
former destruction of old campsites and old bonfires and that sort of previous lean-tos and plenty of that kind of stuff as well. And as you walk out, how would they do this? So you'd probably get a goblin that steps out, a goblin that steps out in front. Very clearly like covered in like tattoos, really sort of thicker kind of goblin, who sort of steps out in front and says, "Hey, you lost? You look lost."
Well, we're not. We're just passing through. We don't want any trouble.
Oh, that's too bad, though.
We're ready to handle it if it's here.
Because Did you know today is Rockshov? You know Rockshov?
What?
Do I know Rakshov?
What is
Roll
rock?
roll for
I don't know.
roll for history or religion.
That's a
Natural
20.
20.
So
Ooh.
Rockshov is It's a holiday? Question mark?
It's the purge for the girl.
Yeah.
So Rakshov doesn't really have a date. It's just whenever there's a celebration, they call it Rakshov.
Oh.
So anytime.
They're
you
having a
feel like
kegger is what's happening.
Today's Rakshov. You know why?
Why?
Because we have new friends! And then arrows are going to come at you.
Oh man.
Oh, angel crap!
It's probably both at the big one in the front.
Astaroth, when can I say I told you
That's
so?
a natural 20
Yeah,
from this goblin.
I do have my shield right now.
Actually,
so,
this is going to be a lizard folk, and then this one will be a human.
So my AC is 18 because I have my shield up right now.
Okay.
I kind of love
So-
that. I'm like, when
but-
can I say I told you so? And an arrow hits you. And it's like,
One
Now's
of them.
probably not a good time.
So one of them hits you. This is going to be a surprise round,
That's fair.
and it is going to be
Can
Would
I
I
roll
would I
initiative since I knew
smell-
they were there?
Would I have smelled them?
yes.
ooh.
Would I have smelled them?
This whole place
Goblins
probably
are very
smells like
clean.
goblin.
Probably not here because the whole place is
Pretty smelly.
Pretty smelly.
It's all stink town.
Yeah,
so
it's
this
a little
is 5, 7
They're not big
piercing
on
damage.
recycling. Here.
They're gonna recycle us.
At this point, everyone. Actually, you would have an
Roll a 10.
action.
Yeah. Okay.
Would you have an action?
I'll say my fairy fire was my action.
Fairy fire was your action. Okay. At this point, everybody roll initiative.
All right.
As what you can see right now are a lizard folk or a a lizard person, a goblin, and a human, all of whom are pretty kind of garbage people. And
us.
that is what
Hey.
you see right now. Hint, hint, wink, wink. That's what I have to say.
Know what I mean? Know what I mean?
All right.
Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Say
So-
no more.
You're probably saying those are the only ones in the combat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, sure.
That we know of.
Did you know?
Yeah. And we would know about them if they were in the combat.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's,
Legally,
probably
he
everyone.
has to tell us.
Now
Yeah.
this goblin is
Are they cops? Yeah.
this goblin is a bit burlier, a bit bigger, less stringy than the goblins that you traditionally deal with. In a D&D term, this means it is a hobgoblin. So
They're
it's
juiced.
they're a little bit juiced. And I'm gonna roll for. Those are
Ooh.
That's a 19.
That's
that's a 19 for those guys, and
Well, he's not hiding it.
he's gonna go last. So we will put
That's how you play your lands in Magic.
Yeah.
this character's probably gonna go
I'm
last.
gonna start tapping him as I cast my spell.
I love it. Perfect.
That's funny.
Great translation. Okay. Who has a higher than 20? Yikes.
Not I.
Not
Do they?
Yeah, they
Where
do.
are you?
Yeah, they do. Oh, I rolled a 19 on the dice.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Who has 20 to 15?
Not I.
Yikes. 15 to 10.
14.
Ooh, 10.
12.
Okay, everybody sort of bunched up there. So you're 14?
Yeah. No, I had 10.
I'm 14.
Sorry, 10.
He had 14.
So
Astaroth.
Astaroth,
I'm 10 as well, but I can go
10,
after
and you
you.
were
What's your
12.
I was 12.
-1.
Okay, then I go
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
And this character is going to go last. So what you see is
I guess that makes sense for an elephant.
I'm a little, yeah.
Extras.
Not
so what you
much.
see is a couple of just random archer guys. They are going to go first. They did get the surprise round, but then as well they are going to get their turn first. These two are going to remain in the same spot, and he might back up a little bit just to sort of keep firing short bow bolts at the big one in the front. There. That's a natural 1. That is 14 plus 4, 18.
18 is my AC.
Okay. And the last one's a natural 1.
Man.
All right. So this is going to be a 1 on the D6 as well.
Wow.
So take 3 damage.
Is that,
I'll take
is that
it.
a magical dice roller that makes
That's right.
ones happen?
Jeez,
Exactly.
yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, it's my tray made all the ones happen.
Yeah.
As you have,
one true tray.
you see short bow bolts getting fired at your Minotaur friend. You do see these two sort of in. Let me get my pen out
More
here.
of an associate.
They're sort of in an office building, sort of, and there are breaks in the windows a little bit where they're firing from. They're on the bottom floor as well, and there's a bit of an alley right there. We'll say buildings sort of go like that. Astaroth, this is your first combat action
Yeah.
of this campaign. What would you like to do with it?
Okay, what did they say this holiday was called?
Rakshov.
Rakshave! let's celebrate. And I'm just going to go down and just... And how far away is that guy?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45.
Ooh, my move is 30, so I'm going to dash. And because I'm a Minotaur, I can dash and then do a horn attack for free.
Great.
What?
Yeah.
That
Oh!
Basically,
dope.
I'm just...
Minotaur.
You know what? Sometimes you use an axe, and sometimes you use the horns
That's right.
that Mama gave you.
Nice.
All right.
Dig it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Astaroth just like bellows and just like and just charges full on with his horns down at the goblin.
Love it.
All right, big guy, let's stick
roll,
together.
so-
Oh, he's gone.
What is this? Attack?
Yes. So then I just get to use a. So basically, I use dash as my action,
Uh-huh.
and then I get a free melee attack with my horns.
Great.
So
Do it.
that is a 10.
10 is going to miss as the hobgoblin is able to dodge, sort of move out of the way of your sort of reckless horn attack.
Sure. And then as a bonus action,
I'm going to say that you're past him as you did that.
okay.
How much movement do you actually have?
I have 30, so
30, but
dash
it's a
I can move
dash.
up to 60.
I will say that you move like next to him,
Okay.
about 50 feet away, unless you want to keep moving.
No, I'm good for now.
Okay.
Because I'm not the sort to conserve these kind of things. After I like charge at him, I'm going to stop and immediately like slam on my hooves and turn around and use my action surge
Nice.
to just be like and just bring my axe down
attack.
on that
Great. Do
down
it.
on that goblin's little green head. Yeah.
Yeah, he's green.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, he's probably a red card,
Sure.
but they have
Yeah.
green skin. That's always
Exactly.
the thing about goblins that bugged me.
Roll better. 16.
16 is the armor class, I believe. Let me look this up real
What
quick.
the
Hold on.
what?
Oh, no, sorry, armor class 18. I wrote it
Whoa,
down.
what the what?
I wrote it down incorrectly. Yeah, the hobgoblin has him some armor.
All right.
Has both chainmail and a shield, as the hobgoblin is able to avoid your horns and then sort of parry away your axe.
Okay,
with
well-
its shield.
One more action. One more action.
I only get one additional action. However, I actually can. One thing I am going to do with my bonus action is activate my second wind. Because who saves class features, right?
Perfect. Second wind, you're able to recover some of your hit points.
Yeah,
A
so-
bonus. So the way the combat works in D&D is that you always have an action and you always have a move. And if something grants you what's called a bonus action, then you can have a bonus action. Second wind is a bonus action granted to you by your class.
Yep, it is a fighter thing, and it means that I can, once per short rest, heal 1d10 plus my fighter level.
Great.
Since I've taken 10 hit points, worst case scenario, I waste a little bit of it, but it seems like it's still worth it.
Yep.
I only regain 4. I'm not rolling great today.
Okay.
You were a natural 20 earlier.
I used it up. All right, but I'm back to 22 hit points.
Okay. Next in line is Lucian.
Cool. I'm going to cast Friends.
Oh boy, what does friends
You're going
do?
to turn him into a friend?
No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, what are you doing?
This would not do much. Unless they really want to talk. Let's talk about this holiday.
Can you even use friends on someone who's actually fighting
hostile
you
enemy?
currently?
What? Say it again?
Can you even use friends when someone's actively hostile towards you?
I think so.
Oh.
Maybe not. I think it's for like charisma checks.
It definitely
basically.
makes them hostile when you're done.
Yes. This is just for making people
I didn't
friendly
take
who
it.
are like neutral, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
But instead I'm going to cast Shield of Faith as a bonus action.
Okay.
So that is, I believe, for the duration of concentration, I have +2 AC.
Duration.
Great.
So I'm at 16.
All right.
And then, as my actual full action, I'm going to cast Hold Person
oh boy.
on.
You can see a human over here, a lizard person over here, which is a Viashino in Magic, and in D&D in this case, and a goblin next to Astaroth.
Okay, I'll go for the lizard person.
The strong goblin. So you're going to put a bit of a hex on this on a hold person on this
Yes.
person?
Well, they have to pass a.
They have-
So again, so it's a human, a lizard person, and a goblin.
Yes, so we have, here I'll identify them. We have lizard person, we have goblin, and we have human.
Okay. And let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Are they inside buildings here, or like behind
These two
rubble?
are inside buildings.
Okay.
Rubble buildings, like
Yeah, I'm
like
thinking like Fallout style.
Fallout style. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were sort of shooting their crossbows through windows,
Okay.
like at windows. And so you're targeting the lizard folk?
Yep. Yeah. So it'll be a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save.
As you
I rolled
see-
a 3 on my dice.
That's a failure.
Yay.
Yeah.
And
That's a
they
failure.
are. I just realized I cast 2 concentration spells. Is that all right?
No.
Okay, cool. Let's ignore that I cast Shield of Faith.
Great. Works for me.
And I'll just cast Hold Person.
Okay.
So they are paralyzed until they can make a wisdom saving throw at the end of their
End
turn
of their turn.
to try and do it, but until a minute ends, they are paralyzed or my concentration drops.
And a minute for D&D is 10 rounds, like a whole 2 fights usually. It's pretty busted. So that lizard folk fires off its bow and sort of is restringing the next one and sort of freezes like this.
You see like runes of like blue and white shackle his arms and body together.
Yep, triangular runes sort of go all the way around
awesome
both hands.
No, that's a level 2 spell.
No,
okay.
the faith
want?
one was a cantrip, I think.
I don't know
Next,
cleric stuff, so.
next in line is Velma.
Oh, sorry, real quick.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
going to move back too.
You move back? This one's you?
Yes.
Okay. You
Okay.
want to move all the way back?
As far back as I can, yeah.
Okay.
So
Spreading
my
away.
question
Sorry.
is it possible for me to get behind this human, or is it not because he's inside a building?
No, he's inside a building.
Okay, that's what I meant. That's why I was wondering.
When
what
you
the boat
move
was.
up, you can see if there's a door.
Okay, is he wearing armor?
The human?
Yeah.
Tough to say from here. Make a perception check.
Okay.
Could be a high DC here because he's got total cover. Okay.
Critical failure.
Yeah, tough to say.
Okay.
You can and you can't really because of where you are currently. If you walked up here, you might be able to see what the rest of the building looks like.
Okay.
This looks like it's a house.
Okay. I'm gonna use my movement first. Then
Okay.
I'm gonna move. Okay, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20.
And once you're there,
25.
once you're there, you can see that this side of the house has a window about there, and then this is the front door.
Okay.
So you can sort of see that there's a doorway right about there.
Okay. I am gonna. I can only move 5 more feet in this turn anyway. But now, if I'm looking this way, I can see the lizard person, right? From
Yeah,
here?
you have an
Okay.
angle. Partial, I would say partial cover.
Okay. Can I see if he's wearing armor? Well, actually, you know what? Never mind. He's too far away anyway. Okay. There's not much I can do right now. I think I'm gonna. I did my movement.
Yeah. You can hold an action.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna hold my action for now.
Okay. So the way that holding an action works in D&D is, even if you have nothing to do on your turn or you want to hold your action for a specific circumstance, you can take your move and you can use your bonus action. But for the rest of your turn, you can sort of hold your action until some condition is met. So what is the action and what is the condition?
If this guy steps out of the house, like he's coming to attack anybody, I'm going to cast a spell on him.
Great. That's.
So I have to say what spell?
I don't think you do.
Okay.
I'm going to say you don't have to.
Okay.
Okay.
Because the spell I want to cast, I wouldn't cast until I could look at him anyway.
Yeah, of course.
I think you do, but I don't remember. Because I think basically you're starting to cast the spell, waiting for them
You're
to
sort
come
of
out.
holding the spell.
I don't remember 100%.
I'm going to let you do whatever.
Yeah,
okay.
it's much cooler to do it this way.
It's much more fun to do it.
Better
this
for plot this way.
Yes.
way. Tutoru.
Is there any way for me to get to where everyone is like 30 feet away from me?
All of your enemies?
No, all of my allies. Don't think that's possible.
We've made this very difficult.
Yeah, thanks
30.
everyone.
5, 10,
Like, hey guys, alright, let's do this,
30.
guys.
No, there's no way to
Guys.
get both Astaroth and Lucian in the same radius.
You can probably get them too,
Yeah,
which
I
is
think
probably
yeah.
what you want to
20,
do.
25, 30. Actually, if you got in between... no, this is you, right?
Yeah.
So no, there's no way for you to get everybody.
Alright, well, I'll make sure I can get at least Astaroth and Velma. It's Velma, right?
15,
Velma.
20,
Miss Sweet.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yep, you got them both.
Great. And I will cast Bless on myself, I guess, because it's up to 3 creatures.
Yep.
So me
Oh, yeah.
and you two.
Ooh.
Whenever
What you giving us?
Whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add that number rolled to the attack roll or saving throw.
Oh, thank you.
Hit the things. And that's not a bonus action, so I can't do that one. I don't think there's really anything else I can do then right now. So yeah, I will be done.
Okay. The character that rolled last is something you can't see just yet, but you do hear rumbling from around the corner. A really sort of much larger, like almost human-sized goblinoid, real hairy, ugly-looking, big-bottom teeth, and he comes rumbling around the corner. This is a bugbear, in case anybody
Body shame.
wanted to know, and comes rumbling and sees you right there, and that's as far as he's gonna get. But that has now entered the fray.
Alrighty.
Top of the round, the lizard folk is going to not do anything because it's paralyzed.
Hell.
Got him.
And it's going to roll 5 on its save, so it is still paralyzed.
Got him again.
The hobgoblin up there by Astaroth, it rolled a 5 on the dice. That's not going to hit to try to hit you. And then the human rolled a 9 on the dice. Well, they sure didn't do good that time. Yep.
So
and is
good at
anybody going to
D&D.
move? Let me see here. The human. What's the human going to do? No, the human has a good target.
No.
So
If he wants it to be.
nah, the human's going to climb out the window. Human's going to jump, sees a nice juicy, locks it on target right here. Is going to hop out the window.
Okay,
and
now
start
I can
heading
see him.
towards
Is
it. Now
he
you can
is he
see
wearing
him.
armor?
Yeah.
Okay.
So are they wearing armor? They appear to be wearing leather armor.
Shoot. What kind of weapons is he holding?
He looks like he has a mace.
Okay. I am going to cast Heat Metal.
Great.
On his mace. This is
Heat metal's
going.
dope.
He will take 2d8 fire damage, and then he can roll saving throw to see if he drops his weapon before the end of his
Jeez.
turn. Yeah. Actually, I don't even roll for that one. That one just happens. So basically,
He just takes 2d8 fire damage?
hang on. Let me just
That's awesome.
Yeah. So basically, so that's a level 2 spot going. So yeah, choose a manufactured metal object weapon or a suit of heavy medium armor that you can see within range. You cause the object to go red hot. Any creature in physical contact with the object takes 2d8 fire damage when you cast the spell.
Wow.
Until the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on each of your turns to cause this damage again. And he has to roll on his next turn. He can roll. It's not on here, but it's in the book. I'll look it up and I'll let you know before his turn.
Okay.
But I think he can roll to
Roll a
drop
save?
it.
All right.
But that's all he like. Basically,
But that's all he can do
I
for
get
his
to
turn.
keep doing a D8 until
they
basically
drop it.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, so it's that he can, if he succeeds at his Constitution throw, he can choose not to drop it.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
otherwise
if he fails,
has to
he's
drop
gotta drop it.
Got it. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
You can
thought
choose to drop it.
Because I usually
Right,
cast on people who are wearing armor, so they're kind of like screwed on
Right,
dropping it,
right.
but they can roll to like get out of the armor.
Yeah,
so I
this
can't keep doing
one
it.
appears to
Yeah,
be
if it's-
wearing leather armor.
Okay. So
The hobgoblin over there is wearing
so-
metal armor. But
Does he have Mizium
So
in
that's
his teeth?
4.
no.
That's the first one's 4, and then
These are
5.
poor.
So he takes 9. He takes 9
Nine?
fire damage.
9 fire damage.
And then if he doesn't drop it, he gets disadvantage on
Attacks?
attacks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no Mizium on these guys. Any teeth that they've lost are lost.
Darn.
That's a sweet spell.
I love it. I love it.
Great.
And it's my turn again before he moves
Yeah,
again. So
and
he's-
that
he's
was
some more damage for
well,
me.
that was their turn, I guess.
Yeah.
Astaroth.
Is that it? He says as like the goblin clanks off of his shield. And Astaroth's gonna just drop his shield to the ground, grab both of his hands onto his axe, and just like smash it down on this goblin.
Great.
Do
Do it.
So now I'm blessed, so I can add a D4 to my
Do the
attack
thing.
roll, right?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Tutoru.
Doo-doo-doo.
Damn. So that's a 12.
With the D4?
Yeah.
On the hobgoblin? Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
gonna do it.
I can get it.
He is well armored and has a shield.
Well, I tried.
Thanks, Jordan.
That's what I'll do. I'll attack.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, and I don't want to move because that would
Provoke an attack.
I'd
of
get an attack of
opportunity,
opportunity. Yeah,
You could
I'll
move around if you wanted to, but
Yeah, can I move like within the? Because I just want to position myself
Sort of like that.
so I'm not like right in between them.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
want to. Yeah, you see the bugbear coming, and it's not great.
You don't want to get charged by a bugbear?
Nah.
No?
I have a little bit better tactical sense than that.
Okay, Lucian,
So I'm way back
maintaining
here.
concentration on our lizard friend.
Yeah, he's good,
Viashino in
so-
the box over there.
He's got to deal with that. That human's out, though.
Human is out.
Human's out.
Family taken care of, though. I just want you to know.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. How much damage did you take last turn?
9.
He took 9, but I get to cast that again on my turn, and so I'm just saying, like, I get to do that damage to him again before he gets to move again.
I can't really. Well, how many? Oh, this is 120 feet. This is the entire map.
Oh
Right.
yeah,
So I'm gonna go for the goblin.
great.
I'm gonna
think Asphalt
do
appreciates that.
guiding bolt. Range 120
Guiding
feet.
bolt.
Flash of light streaks towards a creature of my choice. Range spell attack. Okay, spell attack is 5. So it's a nat 1.
Hiya.
It's a spell
okay.
slot gone.
We're getting it all out of our
Yeah, just
system.
get out of the way.
All right, I think I remember how to cast this spell. Oh no, that's not how you do
I'm
it.
gonna cast
Nerves. You know, just a little nervous.
All right,
It's
all
okay.
right. I can do the hold ones, not the shooty
All
ones.
right,
I
is
got it.
that your turn?
I'm gonna move a little closer now that this lizard man is
All I wanna
okay.
know
So
is,
yeah, that's
move
fine.
a
That's
little
good for me.
closer.
You can move him however you want.
That's fine.
This is about. You have 10 more feet if you want it.
Nope, that's fine.
Okay.
That's okay. I like that.
Velma,
All right, first of all, okay, what's the name of this holiday again?
Rock Shav.
Rockshav. I am gonna yell out, I guess you got coal in your Rockshav stocking to the human.
Nice.
And that is me casting Vicious Mockery.
Nice.
And he must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw against, I think, 13 is my
This
my
is
DC.
the human.
Yeah.
Yikes! That's a 3 on my dice.
Yeah, so he
which is a 3 total.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery. So he is going to take 1d. So he takes 2 psychic damage.
Yikes!
Plus, he has disadvantage on his next roll, which is the roll he has to make to drop the mace. And
Wow.
also, as a bonus action, I'm gonna go ahead and roll that 2d8 damage again on my heat metal because this is a baller spell. And so.
Jesus.
Yeah. So, actually, it's Rockshall. So let's just.
Oh. Merry Rock
Okay,
Shav,
that's a
everybody.
7,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna roll again, and that's a 4. So that's gonna be an 11 fire damage on top of the 4 damage.
busted.
So,
Yikes! Well, as this thug sort of has the mace in their hand, they are sort of. As you can tell, the mace itself is heating up in its hands. The pointed spikes on the side of the mace are sort of getting an orange twinge, which is not something you want to be holding onto with bare hands, which this thug certainly is.
Plus, I got that sick burn on him.
Boom! Should have taken fire damage.
I burned him twice. What?
So good. Tutoru.
All right, but he's still up. How's he looking?
He is looking not great.
All right, I feel like you have that handled.
Old boy is not doing. It's not a good day so far.
And this one, the one that's being held right now, if I even try to interact with that, will that break his hold?
Oh, I don't think so. But let me look.
I love heat metal so much.
That's pretty awesome.
Nope, you're just paralyzed.
That's
Oh,
a good
okay,
spell.
cool.
I think they get advantage when they're paralyzed against attacks on them.
Okay.
The standard DM,
one of the few,
DM
like,
screen.
Offensive spell.
Paralyzed creature is incapacitated. The creature fails some checks. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage.
Oh,
So you have
okay.
advantage against the
And
lizard.
any
man.
attack.
Or they do. I
Yeah.
have advantage on
You
that?
have advantage on
Oh,
hitting
You have
that.
advantage on the attack, and any attack made when you're within 5 feet of it is a critical hit.
What?
I'm gonna walk on over to that lizard.
That sounds like a good
Kind of like
deal.
look at the other one.
You
like,
just saunter.
I'm just gonna walk
The lizard
over.
is still like held in place and is like sees you approach.
Oh no.
He's watching his buddy burn alive in front of him.
Have you heard the good word about Motzelesnia today? And then I'm gonna make an attack roll with my mace. So I get advantage?
Yes.
Great.
You have advantage. Yep.
Oh, it's not much better though. 11, but I'm blessed, so I get to add a d4.
Okay.
Yes.
Plus 4, 11 plus 4, 16.
Yeah.
That's 15.
15.
Oh, yes, 15!
15 is the armor class
Yeah,
for the lizard folk.
Nice.
Hurrah!
Go ahead and roll your damage. Double the dice because it's a critical hit.
Oh,
yeah.
that's right. Okay, so 1d6. So 2 plus. How does
Roll
the
again.
plus work with
You
it?
can roll just used to that once.
Just the
Okay.
plus, but you get the 2 dice.
Yeah.
I've
You
got
get
2 before.
Yeah, so
2
2
plus
and 4.
Okay, so
6, 7.
7
7 damage.
takes 7 damage. Excellent. That'll be Tuturu's turn. It is now the Bugbear's turn. Bugbear. 5, 10, 15, 20.
New challenger approaches.
Player 2 is entering the game.
rock shove. And the Bugbear is going to come at you with its Morning Star.
Yeah, I might regret dropping my shield now.
Rolls a 3 on the dice.
Never mind.
That we don't it.
Who needs shields? Boom.
Yipes.
Can't
Okay.
if I'm without it.
Well, it
We've
did
all
that.
failed to hit each other.
It is going to
Not
go
all
to
of
the top
us.
of the round. All the bad guys are going to go again.
It's a
The
rock
lizard
shark
folk,
miracle.
lizard folk is going to make a save. 16 on the dice.
Son of a...
17.
That is a success.
Okay, so he is no longer paralyzed.
Uh-oh.
The goblin is going to take an attack. 19 on the dice, plus 3.
Ooh, this
22.
goblin, man.
He good goblin.
It's going to deal... This has a versatile weapon. I'm going to say he's still got a shield, though. 4 plus 1, 5 damage. How you doing over there?
I am at 17.
Okay.
Okay.
Doing okay.
He good.
And then this human...
He's at disadvantage as a reminder.
Oh, the human's at disadvantage. Ooh, he has to decide if he's going to drop the... No, I don't think that they're wild beast people. They would never drop a mace, but they are going to come at you.
Okay.
And they're going to... hot potato. Ha, ha, ha. I'm going to try to hit you with the hot mace.
Ooh, hot mace.
8 plus 4, 12?
So I have 12, so I save, right? Yeah.
No, so
He
if
hits?
I hit your arm, I think I hit your
Yeah.
armor class.
Well,
If I-
earlier when I had the check with Fairy Fire, and it was even with my DC.
Oh, was it even with?
Yeah.
Oh,
And it didn't work.
well, in that case,
Well, it was a save, so they made the save.
Okay.
Yeah, you just
Right.
have to meet it on a save, but
Okay.
for
On armor
DC
class,
Fair
the same
but
thing.
an armor
yeah.
class is
Cool.
different.
Fair
Yeah, the
enough.
way
Yeah.
the way
That
the
makes sense. I
D20
get it.
rolls
Yeah,
are
sorry.
handled are a little
Okay.
a little.
I'm always confused about who gets what on a time.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's-
But on a tie, yeah, you get hit.
So I hit.
Okay.
Yes.
This is going to be a mace attack. It's going to be
We should have pumped
6
your armor
damage.
class.
6 damage? Okay.
6 bludgeoning as he hits you with his
Yeah.
fiery
What a jerk!
mace.
what a joy.
No fire damage from that one though.
Okay.
Astarock.
All right, let's see if I can actually hit somebody before I get ganged up. Okay, so yeah, you know what? I'm just in the thick of things, and even though another person has joined in, Astarock is just letting the thrill of the fight get to him, and he's just gonna, keep swinging his axe like there's no tomorrow at that goblin.
Great.
So come on, am I still blessed?
Yeah.
All right, roll better. Yeah,
Ah, yes.
boom.
That's a natural 20.
Natural 20.
This hobgoblin does have the highest armor class of all of these characters, so that
Good.
one's
Well,
that one's a hit.
bust
Is it
him.
armor class 20? Because
Armor class 18 for the hobgoblin.
Well, now
but he is squishy on the inside with the hard candy shell.
Now he's taking 2d10 plus 3 damage.
Oh.
So take
Yikes.
that.
Gets
You punk.
squished.
So I get to re-roll this too
Great.
because I'm a champion.
Champion fighter.
No,
reroll.
actually, no. It's my great weapon fighting.
Oh, great
That's what
weapon
lets me
fighting
do that.
reroll. Great.
because I'm using 2 hands.
Awesome. So redo it.
So I get to
Re-roll
re-roll
it?
that.
What if it's a 2 again?
If it's 2 again, I have to keep it.
Aw.
So that is 11 damage total.
Do you know how many hit points a hobgoblin has?
How many?
It has 11.
Hooray!
Describe to me the hobgoblin's grisly demise.
So he like stabs me with the what was he fighting with?
What did the hobgoblin have?
Yeah.
He had a longsword.
So
He had a
I'm
longbow on
gonna
his
say
back.
I'm gonna say he kind of stabs me with that, and Astarock is just like, I gotta deal with your friend now, and just brings this straight down and just cleaves him in half,
Oh boy.
like from the top of his head, and then pulls the thing out of the head and
Love it.
turns towards the bugbear, and just like,
Yep. Intimidation check.
yeah. All right, you said I could use strength for this,
You
right?
can use strength as the bonus. So intimidation traditionally is charisma, but sometimes it's a house rule that you can allow strength to be intimidation because if you're big and strong and scary, like a minotaur is.
I feel like that makes sense, right? So that is a That is a 17.
Yikes. Sure.
Ooh-wee.
Bugbear sort of goes,
This guy knows how to celebrate Rasha.
yeah, Lucian.
They're kind of like, this guy's not bad.
I will... can I move to the center?
Yeah.
So I can get all the bad guys within 30 feet of me.
Yes.
It looks like
That
that's
is
possible.
correct.
Okay.
That is accurate.
I'm going to move to the center.
Yes.
I'm going to pull out a scroll
Okay.
and show my guild symbol
Look at that.
and say...
Ooh.
Have you shown
I
that
love
prop
that.
yet?
I have
I don't
not.
think-
This is my first time using it.
That's awesome.
And I'm going to say, my name is Lucian Ladrian of the Azorius Senate, and I demand you stop what you're doing and fall to the ground. I'm going to use my channel divinity called Order's Demand.
Oh, wow.
I present my holy symbol, and each creature of my choice that can see or hear me within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw.
Wow.
DC 13.
Lizard folk makes a save. The human does not make the save. Bugbear has no wisdom bonus, does not make the save. So the human over here that is got a hot potato does make the save. The other two, what do they have to do?
They are now charmed.
Great.
And if they fail the saving throw, I can choose that they fall prone, which I will do.
Wow. Okay. Well,
So they are charmed
They are-
until the end of my next turn, or until they take damage.
so the lizard folk who had just been able to break free is like, haha, I got. And the bugbear
Want to
also
break free.
now just intimidated is sort of already backing down, and now is magically being forced. to the
Laws, if
ground.
not followed willingly, will be enforced magically. Thank you.
Velma.
All right.
Right.
Well, since the guy's right in front of me, I'm going to attack with my rapier since I have Bless anyway, so I get to add the d4 to my roll.
Heck yeah.
So I'm going to go.
so good.
Bless
yeah.
his insides with your rapier.
What's that?
Bless his insides with your rapier.
Oh yeah. Bless. Yeah, I'm purify them.
Exactly.
With death. So
Liquefy.
that is a 19.
19.
Actually, that's actually plus 4, so it's actually 23.
Yeah, the thug has leather armor.
I said, okay.
So
Yeah.
that's gonna hit.
Okay, so then I
There should be a
roll-
bonus when you more than double up the armor class.
roll a d8.
You're the DM, man.
Yeah, you know you can make that happen.
Sure, I'll say that as a home rule, this character has 11 as an armor class. You rolled a 23.
Yeah.
I'll just let you roll a d4 and add that to the.
Okay.
Because why not?
That's gonna
It's
come back
Dungeons
to burn
and
us later.
Dragons.
That's gonna
Yeah, I
burn
know.
us later.
It has to
when
go
we
both
get
ways.
stabbed.
It does have to go
I
both
know.
ways.
Yeah.
Slaughter roll going on here.
Yeah. Okay.
I love it.
So that's gonna be 5 plus gonna be 8 plus 2 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then I'm also gonna go ahead and roll
So-
that d8 for the
that-
burning because he hasn't dropped his club
Sure.
yet. So I roll 2 more.
What
So
a doofus,
that
why
was
did he
8
drop
plus
it?
2. So that was how much did I say it was?
8 plus 2 plus 2d8.
My mom gave me this, man.
No, what did I?
Metal?
So I already had 8 plus 2. Okay, so then I roll 2d8.
2d8 for heat
so,
metal.
so the 10 was piercing,
Uh-huh.
and then I'm also gonna roll. That's a 7, and that's a 1. So that's gonna be 8 more fire damage.
Describe to me this poor soul's awful, horrendous death.
Here's what happens. I swing my I like flip my rapier. It's suddenly blessed with this like Selesnian glory, and so like it looks like lights of like bits of like plant are coming off of it,
Nice.
and it slices his arm off. Okay, and then that arm is the arm holding his mace, and it kind of like swings around in the air and comes down on his face
Oh,
and
boy.
crushes his head.
Oh, dear.
With this melted
Ugh.
metal, and you
Ugh.
just hear him like scream as like the heat just like slowly burns into his head.
Yeah.
Not unlike the way that your dryad friend
Yeah,
died.
he's.
but-
Oh
yeah.
my! Too soon.
We found the murderer.
Aha! We solved the case.
It was you all along.
Tutoru.
I'm glad you heard me do the joke because I don't think they did. That's
that was
great.
good.
What was it?
When he said too soon, I went too soon.
Oh.
Too soon. Oh no. Okay.
I like how everyone was like, "Oh, we're gonna have 2 clerics, a bard, and 1 fighter." Apparently, everybody else is holding their own better than the fighter.
Everybody's a blast.
Hey,
That's
until
right.
out 20.
I got that guy.
Yeah.
Too soon.
Well, if I hit them, they're gonna snap out of the seal, right?
Well, they will at the end of my turn anyways.
Oh.
So this is a one-turn sort of deal. But do they go before you or after you?
I'm right now.
She's right
So
now.
I'm going right now.
And they would go at the top of the round.
I mean, I'm not going to metagame, but you just do what you got to do.
Yeah, so what's going on right now? They're willing to do anything? Or they're just charmed? Or they're just...
They're charmed.
They're charmed to make... They're groveling, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're suppressed.
Yeah, they were forced to the ground. And being prone means that you do get some advantages.
Yeah, you get to attack with advantage.
Can I just knock out the lizard guy?
Yeah, you can try.
Like, just make him KO.
I mean, but with advantage.
Advantage. Oh, thank goodness.
Yep.
This dice. Nope,
Well,
now we're
yeah.
using this dice again.
What'd you roll?
5 plus something.
Oh, 5 plus?
Yeah,
No,
it's
not going to do it. As you sort of have to try to reach
Joke's
through
on
the
you,
window
her
to
attack
get
is
him with
15.
whatever you're hitting him with. Doesn't
That's
really,
really bad.
doesn't,
She has a plus
can't even
15.
reach the prone lizard folk on the
He doesn't
ground.
have time to tie
It is
him
going to
up.
be the bugbear's turn. The bugbear
But you have bless. Did you roll your bless on
is
your roll?
It was
prone
still
and
wouldn't
charmed.
high enough.
and charmed.
It would've
What
been
does
8.
charmed mean?
So charmed is a condition, which
Yeah.
means they have to...
Can't attack the charmer,
Yes.
and you have advantage on checks to interact with it socially.
Yes.
But it can still attack.
I
the
believe
enemy.
so. But well, he has to get up, and that gives him an opportunity attack, I
Oh,
believe.
okay, sure. So,
I believe.
yeah, even if it doesn't, I'll give you an opportunity
You
attack.
can look in the prone condition, it might tell you.
It didn't. Yeah, it doesn't say here.
For prone?
For prone.
No?
Does not say. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about advantage. But I'm going to give you an opportunity attack anyway because he is standing up directly in front of you. You want to take
Okay.
it?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Great. Let's do it.
So as he starts to get up, I just bring the axe up and just try and bring it down on him.
Cool. Do it.
I'm glad he's resisting arrest.
Yeah, this is police brutality at this point. So... But I feel like it's police brutality every day for the Boros. So.
Right.
Yeah.
However, I got a 2.
Yeah,
So
what
that's,
Like I
What?
said,
Not going to do it. Bugbear's
Bugbear's
going to
support
take.
has been
dice?
great in this fight.
This box of dice, no good.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah.
Bugbear is going to attack you with its Morningstar.
Well,
What's up?
2.
This was opportunity attack.
This was an opportunity.
So that wasn't your
attack.
turn.
Did you use...
Sure, but I didn't do bless.
You guys say bless.
So that's 2, 5, 6, 7.
Oh.
Is there a chance that an 11 would hit? Because I could.
Make an intelligence check.
I'll just roll the. Yeah, I only got a 3, so that would actually be a 10 altogether. If the 10 hit, then no. Okay, great.
Okay.
I just forgot the bless.
I hid the dice from me to see what the bugbear rolled. That's a 4 on the dice. Bugbear is not doing great. He's just sort of swinging wildly. This bestial animal of a person is not doing things particularly well. Top of the round, and the only top of the round left is the lizard person, who is also going to stand up, and I'm going to give you an opportunity attack to through.
Okay.
I think this is a house roll. I don't
Roll
think
your-
that you
roll your
get
bless.
this.
Yeah, I don't think you do either.
But I'm
Oh,
giving you
attack
guys. I don't care.
opportunities, yeah,
That's
yeah.
the great thing
What,
about
standing
D&D,
up
though,
from
is that you
prone?
can just
No,
sort of
attacks of-
improv it and decide what
Oh.
rules mean anything. So.
Yeah, if they stand up from prone next to somebody. I
That
don't
might be. That sounds.
Make some movement.
It doesn't say it on the
Legit.
screen. They lose half their movement to stand up.
Yes,
But
they use
that-
half their move to stand.
That's the penalty usually.
Yeah.
11.
To hit the lizard person?
Yeah.
Not
Oh wait,
gonna-
hold on, sorry. I forgot to add my actual weapon bonus, which is 3, 11 plus 3, 14.
Ooh, just missed.
Ooh.
Armor
But
class
you,
15.
but you did come
I
original.
did bless.
Oh,
What?
311. So you did come original.
Unbelievable.
oh wow.
Yeah, armor class of 15 with its
That's a-
shield is able
Okay.
to parry away,
311 song.
Oh, okay.
parry away the attack, and it's going to continue its turn by taking a swing at you.
Me?
Yes, 15 on the dice plus
No.
4, 19.
Yep, that hits.
Ooh.
So the heavy club that this lizard folk is wielding is going to hit you for 3 damage.
Alright.
What?
Little D.
Two's real is protected at all costs.
And it does have multi-attack, which is
Oh,
nice.
great.
So it is now
Wonderful.
going to snap at you with its bite.
No, don't do it. No. No.
18.
Yep,
Wow.
that hits.
Nice.
I think Tutu
Ooh!
would die in this fight.
8 damage.
Oh, okay.
Yikes! As the piercing
Wonderful.
damage takes a nice big chunk out of your trunk.
Little
Little
bugger.
junk in the trunk.
little junk in the
Little
trunk.
chunk in the trunk.
And that's going to be the lizard
Trunk,
folks' turn.
trunk.
Astarock.
Okay, you know what? I do one thing and I do it okay.
Great.
That's hitting
Sounds like
things,
the Boros.
hitting things with my axe.
Yep, do it.
That is a... Oh, and this... Whoops.
Yeah, don't forget your bless.
That's cocked.
Yeah.
Try again.
Yeah, if you're blessed, basically your horns.
That's a
like,
21.
grow.
How do you
Yes,
know
yeah.
which
21
one is
hits.
that dice?
Hmm?
That's a weird...
It's on the bottom.
It's on the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, D4s are a little strange. Some D4s have the numbers at the top, some
Yeah.
at the bottom. It's sort of a little bit of a gang war between the two, actually.
I've never
Hits.
seen one at the bottom.
Roll for
All
damage.
right. 1d10 plus 3.
I guess
Ooh,
I'm more of a
That's only a
top.
1. However, I get to re-roll ones.
Yay!
Right. Champions.
Make it a 0.
And I got another 1!
Hi-ya.
Damn it, that's the
Okay,
opposite
so
of
that's
it.
4 damage.
Okay. It takes that damage as you finally are able to connect. Got a nice fight happening between the two biggest characters on the battlefield.
Okay, real quick. I don't
We'll
wanna
never
be-
go the easy way.
I don't want to be super rulesy, but Tutu should probably roll for concentration because she got hit twice.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
so sorry.
Oh, thank you.
This is how I go. I
Yeah.
mark on everything.
So, didn't take enough. Yeah,
You Azorius and your law.
So I do it.
didn't take enough for it to be too high. It's half of the damage that you took on your turn, which was 10.
Well, it would be
8 plus 3,
because she
11.
got hit twice.
Oh, you got hit twice.
So the first one would be 10. So roll for it would
So
be
you
10
have to
or
save
half.
10 and then save 10.
You need to roll
Yes.
on a d20.
Roll on a
Yes.
d20.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
And this is going to be a concentration save.
Is there a bonus? No, that's probably not it. Is there a bonus or anything to that? Or
It's a
no?
concentration?
I
don't think so.
I think it's a
Okay.
straight roll. What did you
it's a
roll
straight
though?
A 3.
Oh, so that would drop it immediately.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So the bless is
Sorry.
now gone.
Okay.
Okay.
Technically, you shouldn't have had it, but...
Yeah, that.
It's
so
fine.
we'll skip
It's
that
fine.
one.
Good to know.
I was
That
caught
was-
up in
That was Astaroth's turn. Lucian.
The blessing was
cool.
inside me the whole time.
Yeah.
That's what we learned.
I'm gonna cast.
Have to believe in yourself.
Sacred
Yeah.
Flame on who's looking the worst around us right now. There's only 2
Nine?
dudes up
Yeah,
left.
there's
I wanna
only
attack the guy who
there's
was
a
attacking
lizard and there's a
Chituru.
bugbear. The lizard looks to be weaker and have taken more damage, but doesn't look particularly hurt.
Who's looking worse off than them two? I'm pretty sure it's you. Or
Where
actually,
are you at?
you're at.
On a scale of 1 to 28, I'm about a 17
Okay.
in
All right.
character.
Then I'm gonna. You're probably.
I don't
okay.
mind that. That's some DMs care. I don't. That's
I
fine.
mean,
I also
I
feel
can
like-
take some more hits, but
I don't want to tell you how to roleplay your character, but I also feel like Lucian would help Tutoru before he would help the
is true.
Boros.
Well, there's a giant
Bugbear.
bugbear,
That's fair.
and I feel like Tuchuru can handle herself. But yeah,
That
I'm
being
gonna,
said, Astrak is not the sort to complain about wounds.
Also
sure,
that.
yeah. So I'm gonna Sacred Flame
Tutoru
the
is
lizard.
never
The
guy.
lizard
stops.
folk.
So he has to make
Yeah.
a Dex saving throw.
Dex saving throw.
just go into a frenzy.
That's a natural
Yeah.
20 on the save.
Okay, cool.
This whole time she's been a barbarian and we didn't know it.
Good.
Nothing
He
happens.
doesn't rage.
Just a cantrip.
No worries. Velma.
I am going to move a little bit closer, probably about halfway between where I am and the lizard guy now. So let me be like, yeah, there you go. So as long as I'm within 60 feet of him, which I am now.
Oh yeah.
And
You were
I'm
within
gonna
60
say-
feet from where you were.
Oh, then I stay where I'm at then.
Okay.
I shout from where I was at, Happy Rockshaw, I got you a dead friend.
Ooh.
And you're gonna cast
real
Vicious
rude.
Mockery again. Nice.
Yeah. And that's going to be 1 damage. So he gets 1 psychic damage, but he does now have disadvantage on his next attack.
Nice.
If he fails a wisdom saving throw.
So he's gonna take 1 sick burn damage. It's
Let-
actually psychic.
Actually,
but-
does he roll? He has to roll a wisdom saving throw. Right?
Wisdom save. 9 on the dice, so 10. Fails.
So yeah, so he fails that, so he takes 1 psychic
So
damage.
he's going to take 1 psychic
but now
damage
has disadvantage
and
on his
has
next attack.
Disadvantage. On his next anything, right?
I think so. I think it's on his next turn.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll double check.
Tutsuru.
All right, I'm just gonna.
Next attack roll it
Cool.
makes before the end of its next turn.
I'm
Good to know.
gonna swing at the little lizard thing.
Great.
Oh, those tiny dice
Which
are
means
giving you
that
tiny
the
numbers.
human would not have had
8.
disadvantage to drop
8
his
does not
club,
do
but
it.
You didn't have him roll it anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
Nice.
he would have held on to the
Yeah.
club anyway. Oh well, unfortunate. It's now going to be back to the bugbear's turn. A lot of swinging, not a lot of hitting on both sides of this combat.
Speak for yourself.
That is going to hit though. 15 on the dice plus 4 for the bugbear.
He gets you. He gets you.
That is going to be a lot of damage.
How hard could bugbears hit? Like,
Pretty hard from what it seems like.
is that 2d8? Oh,
Yeah,
crap.
2d8 with the Morning Star.
Oh gosh.
So that's going to be 13.
Oh boy, I got
boy.
4.
I helped the wrong person. Oh no.
As the bugbear takes a big old chunk right out of the center
Okay,
of,
okay.
I can,
okay.
I can,
of the
I can
Minotaur.
heal.
Okay. I cannot, but I got
Top of the round, Lizard Folk's turn. Lizard Folk still has a Loxodon directly in front of it. It's going to attack you with its heavy club. That's a 9.
You gotta hit
13?
Nope.
18, buddy.
No, 18. And then it's going to try to snap at you again. And it's even worse. So it tries to hit you, it tries to snap at you, and you're able to parry both away.
I just like hold it by its head and just like,
Yeah.
no.
Use your trunk.
Yeah. I
Like,
was like, no.
Nice. Astarock.
It's gonna take more than that to take down me! And, just keep on hitting it with my axe!
Great. Keep hitting it with my axe.
Playing
you're,
fighters can be very...
You're a champion fighter, man. That's
Hey.
what
Well,
you
also,
do.
you do have lots of fun things to do, but you did them all in one round.
Oh, yeah, I blew them all right out of the bat.
Great. Let's go.
Because I wanted to have a cool charge.
That's fair.
That is a 17.
Hits.
Dope.
You've done it.
All right, don't roll a 1 this time. Whoops.
Whoa, where'd it
Way
go?
over there. That is much better than a 1. That's a 10.
That's the best you can roll on a D10.
So that is a 13.
Whew. But wow, I thought I took a chunk out of you. You took a chunk out of me. They send one of ours to the hospital. You send one of theirs to the morgue. As you take away a huge chunk of the bugbear's remaining life force. Lucian.
Okay.
I'm going to cut the bear part off of him.
Okay.
Just
Not
bug.
the bug part?
Just bug.
No,
Just
keep
bug
the bug.
remains.
So he's looking pretty rough.
He's looking not great.
Okay.
Neither's the bugbear.
Okay. So it's either save you or attack a bugbear. I'm going to attempt to save you with Shield of Faith now. So, Shimmering Field appears and surrounds a creature of my choice, plus 2 AC
Plus 2 to your AC.
for 10 minutes. That's
All
a
right.
bonus action.
10 minutes. Nice.
Nice, so it's 18.
And then I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt. So this does both things I wanted to do.
Great.
Which is a level 1 spell, which is they have to make a Wisdom saving throw, I believe.
Fails.
Oh wait, no, it's a range attack. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
But also, I'll just take the failure if you want to. I'll just take that.
Self-narc.
Nope, that's a 2.
Yeah.
That's a 2.
Yikes.
Nope, doesn't do anything because it failed.
Okay.
It's a guiding bolt. It guided the wrong way. I'm sorry. I did as much as I could.
Yep.
It's up
As
to you.
put a protective shield around your Minotaur friend, Velma.
Also,
sorry.
I'm going to get as close to the Minotaur as I can.
Do you want to get next to the bugbear?
Or sorry, yeah, bugbear. That's what I want to flank if I
Flank.
can.
Got it. Great.
Is
You're
there
up.
flanking in 5th edition?
Sure.
It's
why
an
not?
optional rule, I think.
Yeah, it's an optional rule.
So it's up to you.
I played a lot of 3rd back in the day.
It's an optional rule available to you if you want to. I know. Sure. Let's use it.
All right, Astarock. I know things are looking dire, but this is probably the time that I should say I told you so.
I'm having a good time!
Okay, great.
Velma.
All right, I'm gonna move within 60 feet of the bugbear,
Yeah, you're.
or actually the lizard person. I'm already within 60 feet of him.
Yeah,
right?
you're within 60 feet of
All
both.
right, I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers on the lizard person.
Okay.
And so I kind of I'm doing my fans, and then I kind of start going
Great.
and and then that he needs to make a Wisdom saving throw.
20 on the dice.
Okay, so that's a failed one.
natural
Okay,
20.
so I still need to roll.
Hey, real wise.
So I roll.
It's gonna be like half damage?
D6 and takes half the damage here,
Great.
but he just doesn't have to move, which is nice for him. Yeah.
Wait, what happens?
Never mind, because he saved doesn't matter.
Oh, it would make him move if he.
If he doesn't save, he has to run away in
Gotcha.
terror. Okay, so that's gonna be so right now I have 7 plus so I have 10. He takes 5 psychic damage.
Nice. Awesome. The lizard
Yeah.
folk has had a
Wait,
had a
actually-
bad brain freeze day.
Okay.
What's
Never mind. Yeah, we did it in the wrong order, but it works out in the end.
It's fine. Tutoru.
If I move away from that, I don't know how it works in 5th ed.
They will provoke an attack
Okay,
of opportunity.
that's
It'll be a
okay.
simple weapon attack.
But you can't
And I use
disengage.
the-
You can't disengage as an action if you want to.
Yeah, but then I couldn't do cure wounds. All right. So
Lizard folk's looking pretty bad.
all right, I'm gonna hit the lizard folk.
Okay.
Again.
Tiny dice, tiny numbers.
It's an 8 plus 3, 11.
11's not going to do it.
Nope. All right, and then as my bonus action, I'm going to use Healing Word on Astarock.
Astarock.
And so, could you
Preach.
replace?
Much preach.
Healing Word is my favorite spell in 5th edition.
Regain
It's
hit
so
points
powerful.
equals to 1d4
So
your
good.
spellcasting modifier. What is my modifier? Oh, it's my charisma.
It's plus 3, I believe.
Yep. So roll for that. Meanwhile, the bugbear is going to... Go ahead.
So 1 plus
So 1 plus 3, but then plus another 3 because I'm the life domain. So
Yeah.
3, 6,
Oh yeah,
7.
life domain is so good.
So you get 7.
Oh yeah.
All right, the bugbear is going to take its turn, and it is still trying to hit people. That's a 2 on the dice.
All right.
Yep, sure is. Sure is a 2 on the dice. That's going to be the bugbear's turn. Top of the round, lizard folk is going to once again try to. At this point, the lizard folk might. Lizard folk is just going to try to run away, I think.
Yeah. Seems like a smart
Lizard
lizard
folk
folk.
is going to disengage and then run around into the house and up the stairs.
Okay. Did it have a ranged weapon on it? Did it have a?
Did it have a ranged weapon? Yes,
Okay.
it did. It shot you with its crossbow
Oh, okay.
to begin with. Then it's Astarock's turn.
All right. He tried to hit me, and I imagine it kind of bounced off this new like magical shield that's just popped around me and stuff, and I'm just like, whew. You having a good holiday? And just hit with
your axe.
Hit with
him.
axe.
Hit him with your axe.
I really wish you wouldn't antagonize during every hit.
So that is a 14.
14 does not hit the
Oh.
bugs. All right.
Man.
Man.
Even with, are we doing?
Maybe if you focus.
Oh, flanking.
Are you doing flanking?
Yeah, flanking
Oh.
gives advantage. Right? That's how
It-
flanking works?
I believe so, but
Great.
I don't.
Roll with advantage because I said so.
Sure.
I'll take it.
I'm not going to narc this.
There it is.
Yeah.
Much better.
All right.
So that's a 20. I mean, not a natural 20, but
But
it's
a dirty
20.
20 is what we
Yes.
call that.
Zing.
Go ahead and roll for
Zing.
damage.
No, we are. I just didn't pull out a
Yeah.
weapon,
Oh.
so I don't know if that counts.
That is a 10 damage.
Do you know how many hit points this bugbear had left?
How many?
Describe to me this bugbear's grisly demise.
So I think this swipe with it just basically goes right through the stomach of the bugbear and just like slices through it, and he kind of like it kind of opens it up and his innards just kind of slosh out.
PG-13.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Candy falls out.
And lollipop.
PG-13 movies have a lot of violence.
And unless you're attempting to chase after this lizard person, what do you think?
Say leave him be.
Then that's going to end combat. Well
I think he
done.
made the smart move.
Yeah.
Smart move by running away. You are now in an empty area, and there are some corpses on the ground.
Oh, I definitely searched the human that's like right in front of me.
Yeah.
Do you need further assistance or healing?
I don't know, I'm feeling pretty good. This will probably start to hurt when the adrenaline wears off.
I could use a little bit.
Little bit. Okay.
You guys, so you're searching the human?
Yeah.
Roll investigation check.
All right. Nope. Critical failure.
Okay. Well,
Get a lot of those tonight. What the
you
heck?
find its mace, because that's
Okay.
obvious.
Yeah,
it is
but it's also-
still smoldering.
Yeah, I'm okay with
He
that.
also has a heavy crossbow. And then he's got some like crappy leather boots and nothing really of any.
Ugh, those are gauche. Oh, you know what? I actually do take his leather armor.
Okay. Yeah, you do know he had leather armor.
So I take that and I kind of like smear a little bit of blood on it, and I actually
All right.
put it on.
Oh, okay. Great. You now have just regular leather armor on your person.
I don't think it upgrades my armor class, does it?
I don't believe so, but we'll check afterwards.
Okay.
Anybody else doing anything?
If it didn't look like the goblin or bugbear had anything particularly
They had
awesome.
some weapons. They might have. I mean, they were wearing clothes. They might have something in their pockets. You don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I'm a really search the
Okay.
corpses kind of person.
We should leave immediately. If they're celebrating some sort of holiday, we can't be here.
All right, they're always celebrating some sort of violent holiday here. Okay, look,
I think
we
that
fought
was
off a
I think
few.
that was
of them.
their excuse to fight.
That may be so, but we should not continue and goad them on any further.
We fought off a few of them. We're covered in gruel blood. Chances are they'll leave us alone at least for a little while. Let's keep going. Once we get to Sunhome, we'll be safe.
As you guys leave the Red Wastes, you make your way down towards Sunhome. We'll just cut forward in the action there. You guys don't have any other things that have gone wrong on the way. Moving quickly, even though that fight did take a good 30 seconds, you guys are able to, and no short rest, right? You guys are just moving on.
But a short rest.
Yeah,
I
because
think
Lucian was
so.
afraid of us using. Did you heal me, by the way?
No, I was about to ask, how low are you? Because like I am maxed out of spells.
Oh, don't worry
unless I'm
about
going
that.
to use a channel.
I'm at 15 out of 21.
Okay, yeah. Let me when we start getting to single digits. Let me know.
If we take a short rest, then
Yeah.
I'll use my hit dice.
Do we feel like there's anywhere here we would feel at all safe to like?
I think Lucian
think
would
so.
not let us.
Yeah,
stay.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to.
You said we're
And
close.
actually, I think Velma would also be like
You guys,
smarter. I think
you guys do see Sunhome gleaming in the distance. The sun has set on most of Ravnica, but Sunhome, the imposing figure of the building, is strong and severe against the skyline of the 10th district. It sits on the end of the Rokarik pavilion where the stone titan of Ravnica, Zobor, once stood, awoken and defended Ravnica, now destroyed by the Nephilims. That's some flavor for the folks at home. It's unadorned. It's pretty simple. It's pretty to the point. It's got crenellated balconies, big tower windows that are little more than just arrow slits, and the only exposed platforms in all of Sunhome are exposed to the sky. And inside, all of the business of the Boros Legion, from the Horizon Military Academy to the Sawtooth Prison, which you are all aware of, are a part of Sunhome. It's a staunch reminder of the skyline to the citizenry around to not mess with the Boros Legion. You do get to the sort of a neighborhood around Sunhome that you're familiar with. You know the area here.
I'm gonna retcon. She took the mace with her.
You took the mace?
Yeah.
Sure, you have a mace.
Cool.
Here's your mace.
Thank you.
There we go.
Now this is how you do a guild. We don't need a tree. We've got hard work. We made these buildings. I mean, not us personally. They've been around for a long time, but we maintain them and stuff.
Must we always compete?
Yeah,
All right.
that's what makes us strong.
If you say so, but I don't think this is... You know what? I don't want to get into it. Let's just go. Let's just arrive somewhere, tend to our wounds, and discover what we can.
Yeah. All
Pretty
right.
much everything of importance to the Boros Guild is right around the facility here. I mean, you've got the Rokarik Pavilion that I described, which at the other end of the Rokarik Pavilion is Center Fort, which is where the Wojek are headquartered. And so this whole campus is essentially Boros headquarters. You know lots of restaurants and bars and shops and places around here. Did you have an idea of what you wanted to? You wanted to go to like a tavern?
Yeah, I want to go to like a kind of an officer's bar. Not officers, like more of a grunt's bar kind of thing, you know?
Okay.
The bar
Alright.
next to the police station.
Let me know before
Yeah.
we go inside the bar because I have things I'm doing.
Okay. Did you
I go somewhere that Boros legionnaires will hang out, but that's not going to frown upon
Sure.
like other people for coming in.
Yeah.
Okay. You head to a place affectionately referred to by the locals as the Kos, named for Agros Kos, the legendary Wojek, who's the hero from the events of the Decamillennial. This place is called the Kos. You know, this is a cop bar. This is you've got your own mug on the wall. You probably know a lot of the folks that are inside.
We just call it the Jack sometimes too.
The Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Jack. Well, all the Jack hang out here too.
Yeah,
so-
exactly.
Right. It's a
It's a
comfortable
Jack
environment.
bar.
It's a Jack bar.
That's
for
what we'll
sure.
call it.
Yeah, the Jack. Yeah, this is a Jack bar,
Which
You
is
know the-
short for
Wojek.
Wojek, which is like the kind of upper tier investigators.
It's the thing you guys use to keep your cars from getting stolen.
Right.
Yes.
Cats will
Make sure to use
Yeah.
your Wojek.
So your wagons don't get stolen.
Yeah. You know that the popular drink, Bumbat, is available here. You can't get Bumbat like this anywhere else. They
You
got-
can get great bum back at the Generous Stray.
You can, but it somehow the Bumbat only tastes. The Bumbat tastes as strong only here.
Here's
in
the thing.
Boros.
You haven't had the bum bat at the Generous Stray.
The
know
Bumbat
what?
at the Generous Stray, it tastes good, And that's a problem.
Right.
It's supposed to burn.
It needs that dirty water in it.
Now, if you guys are interested in non-alcoholic beverages, they
We're not.
do have that. But you'd have to ask the bartender.
I think a
Alright.
glass of water.
Water doesn't
Okay, so
sound
before we
bad.
go inside the Wojak, Velma.
It's the
Kind of-
coast, but
The
it's
coast, sorry.
the coast.
KOS.
Sorry, we're- So
Yeah, KOS.
before we go inside, Velma like stops before you kind of like get in range of the restaurant, or the restaurant, the cafe.
restaurant.
Yeah.
The place.
Yeah, she's not.
I guess you can
that's
eat
a Riley,
there.
That's a Riley.
The establishment.
Velma's a little bit smarter than that.
Should we get a pager?
So
See how long it takes to get a pager?
Velma
I'll wait in line.
kind of like stops and like adjusts, and so she has on the bloody leather armor she just stole from the corpse, and so she puts that on. Let's say she didn't put it, like when they were traveling, she kind of like takes her cloak, kind of undoes it, pulls it back so it looks more just like kind of like yours, where it's like over her shoulders. Has on the bloody armor, and then she also has the mace kind of slung over her shoulder,
Nice.
also with the blood on it, and she also affixes her Boros pin that she got to the cloak, so it's like hanging over her armor.
I gotta say, that's pretty convincing.
And she actually even uses the fact that you didn't heal her wounds to her advantage, because now she has like a scar
Absolutely.
that like she can kind of show off. So
Yeah. Well, you're all covered in gruel blood, and in my mind, that makes you all honorary Boros for at least a day.
I am not covered
I'm
in any
looking
sort
pretty
of
good over here.
blood, and
Nice
I'm not
yeah.
going to.
All right. Well,
Weird flex, but okay.
whereas I have been bathed in the blood of my enemies that I vanquished in glorious battle.
I was trying to be welcoming, but fine.
Maybe lightweight Azorius and Selesnians like yourself are not fond of the glory of battle, but we of the Boros Legion are fond of its flavors.
And you hear similar sentiments echoing from inside of the tavern as you enter the coast. As you walk in, you hear boisterous chatter and some singing, just some bar songs. You hear a toast: "Justice for all, above all, yeah!" And like kind of drunken revelry happening after work, after all the Boros have gotten off. Is there anybody you're looking for in particular?
I think I kind of probably know most people here.
Yeah.
I think the first thing I would do is go to the barkeep,
Okay.
who I'm probably very familiar with.
You walking up to what are you doing? You two. You're fine. You did great work.
She also
What are
put a
you two
little bit
doing?
of blood on her face to kind of conceal her identity a little bit, so people can recognize her as Velma Sweet. Like,
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah. Fair.
not that the Boros might know who she is, but just in case.
I think.
You're walking into a cop bar in a district you guys aren't.
I mean, I'm just a cop. No.
I imagine Azorius cop bars are very different
Yeah.
than Boros
This is
cop
like-
bars.
They're like
This is
coffee
like-
bars.
Yeah, this is like the DA walking
bar,
into
like-
Hell's Kitchen. Yeah.
All right. But, you know, me being a cop as well, I don't think it's going to be that different, and I'll treat it the same way. So I will walk in and it's like, we should just get a table and try to stay out of the way.
Yeah.
Get some information if we can. Excuse me, can we get a table? All right. I'll just...
Yeah. What? Hi. Are you lost?
No, we're here for the drinks, and we
For
would-
the drinks.
Yes.
Yes.
We can get you the drinks.
We would like a
Hey, don't worry. We just, we all had a bit of a walk through the rubble
Astrock,
belt.
what are you? These your friends?
They just came with me through the rubble belt, so we've
Really?
all gotten up a bit of a thirst.
We just saved these weary travelers from attack from the gruel, celebrating their what's the holiday called again?
Rock-shav.
Rock-shav.
It's hard to remember that.
Celebrating their Rock-shav rituals, we
Using that
saved
Rock-shav,
them
yeah.
from the pits of destruction.
You know, Rock-shav isn't a real holiday. It's just an excuse to get drunk.
Oh, I
That's
know.
all they...
As if
No.
we needed excuses, right, my friend?
That's true.
Fair enough. All right. Well, you two are good.
All
You
right.
guys want some? You guys want some juice? You want
Give
some
each of
Indian?
them a
Is that
mug
what's-
of Bumbat, and I'll have my special mix.
All right.
Do you have?
And I will have 2 mugs of Bumbat.
Do we have any sweets?
Oh, you might want to start at one here.
I can.
I know
we
my
probably
way
got some
around
pastries.
booze, my friend.
Sure.
That would be nice.
I am already drunk in the blood of my enemies.
And he's going to. He will give you he'll be like, all right, and then he'll give another glance at Astaroth before he's like, I don't know, bro.
and a glass of water. I don't know if you heard me.
Yeah. So he'll go to the back and get the order. This is Uthgen or Ugthin. Ugthin, the bartender.
I'm gonna write that down.
This is a sort of very surly looking, might even be half ogre or half giant or something, or he's just a very like barrel-chested old man. Like one of the you can't really tell, and it doesn't really matter.
So this bar, it's not like seedy or anything,
No.
right? It's
just kind of
rowdy.
Yeah, it's just rowdy.
Okay, cool.
It's lively.
Great.
It's like those cop bars in The Wire, where they like
Okay.
go and have those
Yeah.
big police
Yes.
whips. Yeah.
Absolutely. Perfect. That's exactly what this is.
What was the name?
If it wasn't, it is now.
Ugthin. So you got lots of friends in here. Do you want to roll? What does anybody want to do while we're waiting for? Are you guys all sitting at the same table? What do you wanna do?
I'm looking for people who are telling stories of glory, and then I am gonna go and join in their revelry.
Great. Roll me perception.
Okay.
And you roll perception as well. What are you guys doing?
I'd be hanging back at the table for now. Just,
19.
like, kind of overlook and like listen into conversations to see where there might
Yeah.
be something to jump in.
I had
probably
a 4.
listening
so
for keywords.
Yeah.
I
If
had
anything that pops up that piques our interest for the investigation, I will definitely approach that person.
I only had
I got
a
a
4,
dirty-
but I would go ahead and follow dirty 20 over
Nothing
here.
super
Yeah.
interesting sticks out to you.
Dirty 20.
Dirty
So,
20.
yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to stick close to Astaroth and kind of like support him and kind of like, continue playing this fun. I think Velma's having a lot of fun playing this character.
Okay.
And but she also knows that he knows his way around here, so
Right.
she's like not going to step on his toes.
Yep.
She's going to kind of let him lead, but she's like playing support, and she has her own stories ready to go.
Great. You see there's a legionnaire who's like sort of half passed out on the bar with a mug in his hand. He's had a long day. I mean, that's not an uncommon sight.
Sure.
Vaguely recognize him, not someone that you could pick out of a lineup per se, but
Do I see anyone here who I know was associated with the thing?
with a 19,
What was a dirty 20?
dirty 20 or dirty 20. Yeah. Man, I guess you might be. Well, let's see if he's in the bar. No, he's not in the bar. No, nobody here.
Okay. Well, I'll go over. I'll go to the guy who's almost passed out. Because when people are drunk, that's when they're at their least. The angels told me not to tell people about murders. Hey, long day.
Sorry, friend. Not in the mood.
Oh, come on. There's got to be room for telling us. We all get through this together. We all have tough days. Come on. I pat him on the back.
I'm all out of talk today. All right,
Ruben,
just
have him make a wisdom saving throw.
what's your save?
13.
Nope.
Okay, wait, it didn't
He
work.
did not.
He did not save?
He did not save.
Okay, let's cast Charm Person on this guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
So,
You've charmed this person.
Yeah. And so I'm gonna mark that spell slot before I forget.
Okay.
So I lean in and I kind of like pat him on the back in a jovial way. I know I'm like trying not to hurt him. I'm like kind of slap him on the back and I'm like, "Come, friend, tell us of your exploits."
And he will look up and get a big stupid grin across his
Yeah.
face and
Like,
say,
you seem like you have seen quite the day, and I would love to hear you speak of it.
"Do I know you?"
Would you like to?
Uh-huh.
Well then, make it worth my while.
All right, I'm out of my league here.
No, stay, enjoy.
This doesn't seem like the best way to extract information.
What,
You don't know what I
Yeah.
did.
I had,
I think Charm Person's a pretty visual spell.
Is it?
Is it?
Isn't it verbal and somatic? And
Probably not if it's
yeah,
done.
but I think she's like, I think the verbal was her doing the like,
it's somatic too?
yeah, it's a little
Yeah,
bit.
So
I'm-
you would have to, but I'm just saying,
Okay,
that's how I would
If you-
know.
Okay.
You can make a, don't worry about it.
I
don't
always
care.
assume, especially with bard spells and things like Charm Person,
Right.
it doesn't look like you're casting the spell unless you fail.
It's also like kind
Like
of
he'll
dark
know I
and
cast
it's-
it when it runs out.
Sure.
But for now, he doesn't know that I cast
Right.
it.
How long do you have?
how long
Yeah,
do you
I was
An
gonna
hour.
say.
An hour.
Okay.
It's a very long spell. Yeah, it's a really good spell.
Yeah, I
I
wasn't
just
planning
look-
on like hanging out after. I want like
Right.
why I'm like time. Time is of the essence. We were slowed down by this battle.
Just a thing.
Look, I had a long day, all right? The Rakdos have... What what do you? I mean, I like you and all, but like, it's. What would you say is the most deviant Rakdos act that you've heard of? Right? I mean, they're just. I just can't. They're all disgusting. It makes my blood boil. And we had, it's just the worst.
I don't see how people get enjoyment out of that sick stuff.
And then there's the whole deal with the Simic stealing people, I guess. I don't even know what that's all about, but I don't want their froggy hands all over me. That's not the thing I'm interested in.
Hey.
It gives me the creeps. Like, I don't want to be turned into a fish or whatever they do. I don't get it. I drink enough water as it is, and I don't want any water tonight, okay?
Look.
And then there's the head case, the thing that happened like earlier in the week that everyone's all hush hush about, and I don't care about it. I just don't. Everyone keeps dealing. Look, I've had a busy week, and I just want to drink and be left alone.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's been rough on you.
Yeah, it's been a rough week.
Hey, look.
It's been a rough career.
Lay some of your troubles down. Tell me about something that's burdening you, like this head case.
Well, I mean, we all heard the basics.
Of course. We all know the basics.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Look, all I know is that the Boros higher-ups are dealing with it in a weird way. Lieutenant Greth was the first one on the scene, and he's got seniority, but it got taken out of his hands, like, immediately, and that's weird. And, rich corpses, the families come in, they want those corpses back. They stink like everybody else, but you try and deal with these people, and you can't deal with these people. I can't. I knew it was rich. I don't know what rich family could have that kind of power. But it's.
I'm sure a smart man like you could think of what kind of family around here would be so rich and powerful.
I mean, I didn't know.
You've got to have your lists of people you're afraid to question.
I mean, there's plenty of families that are super rich out there. Most of them, most of the city's businessmen, merchants, anybody who's particularly ungilded rich folk just are so dime a dozen, They look the same, they act the same.
Yeah, but you know what isn't the same? It's like the laws don't apply to those people.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
It's always been like that.
They come in, they take the oh, my son, he's died. I can't believe it. And they take him home, and we can't do our research.
And
we can't do our jobs.
Where I'm from, people are dying all the time, and no one gets special
treatment. Doing it all the time.
That's not where I joined up.
It's unbelievable. Some people's children.
Yeah. You're right. Makes me angry.
Yeah.
Makes me angry.
Do you think we'll find out who the family was by talking to them?
Astaroth does look like legitimately angry now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
He pours out his drink and says, "You know what? Give me a bum bat."
Yeah.
No, never mind.
She also
I gotta go.
The 2 bum bats that she ordered, she puts down both in front of him because her goal now is for him to get drunk enough to pass out, so he doesn't in an hour wake up. Like she wants to knock him out for the night.
Gotcha.
All right, let's get out of here.
Have these 2 on me, my friend. You seem to have had quite a day, and I want you to enjoy these beverages.
What's your name?
Oh, what's a good name for her?
As he sort of like lolls back in his booth.
What's like stall. I don't know what's like a good Boros name? Like what's something that like it's like I don't know.
They have like weird names. It's whatever you want.
They've got like one
warrior
names.
names.
A lot,
Okay. My name is
Deb.
Angelise.
Pretend you're an angel. Give them an angel
Angelise.
name
Angel.
because they revere angels.
Yeah. My name is Seraphine.
It's pretty good.
I like that name.
It's pretty good.
It's nice to meet you.
It was a pleasure meeting you as well.
I'm not happy. I'm just so mad all the time, I just want to have an easy day.
works. All right.
And he
Sleep it
passes
off,
out.
buddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's like, well, I think I've done all I can here. And she gets up and she, like, kind of just, like, gets up and starts walking towards the end. Did you get the name of that lieutenant?
Geth.
Do you know him?
Greth.
Greth.
I guess not.
Greth.
I was like, yeah, oh no.
You would be aware.
Not yet.
You would be aware of Lieutenant
go
Greth.
around,
You
get
don't
you.
work directly for him, but he would know who you are, and you would know who he is.
Yeah, I
He
know.
works in-
No, he's not here.
Okay.
I mean, you wouldn't know that he isn't here.
I haven't seen him.
You haven't seen
That's what
him,
I'm saying.
yeah.
I haven't seen him around. I don't know if he hangs out at... Because he's an officer, right?
He's like a captain.
Yeah. So officers probably don't always... This is sort of more...
No, he's not in the bar.
That's
Yeah.
what I meant. Asked if he was here.
No, he's not in the bar.
I was asking him if he was here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. And
In character.
he's probably at somewhat nicer places. And I think it's also just kind of a courtesy thing that officers don't hang out with, because we want to just let off steam.
Right.
And drink and probably... They were all street level at one point, so they knew that it was important to be able to let off steam and talk crap about your sergeant and and up.
Okay.
But I would probably know, like, sort of where to find him.
Okay.
You would. There is more of an officer's bar.
Okay.
That is called the Titan's Keg
Yeah.
Tavern.
Nice.
The Titan's Keg is unique in that it caters specifically to larger races more than any other bar. The Titan's Keg, just like in this generous stray, there is larger furniture.
Yeah.
Except for the Titan's Keg, it's not like one or two pieces of furniture. It's like half the place,
Okay.
and then half the place is normal sized, and half the place is just massive tables and chairs and stuff. That's where most of the officers hang out.
All right.
It's a couple
So-
blocks away.
I say I'll probably make my way back over to Tutoru and Luchin.
Yeah, I follow.
Astaroth, this tastes like some sort of fuel. I don't think this is a drink.
Yeah. That's how you know it's working. See that? Everything you drink there, that burns up in your stomach and gives you energy.
It's quite good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
That man there is full of energy now. And she points to the guy knocked out on the counter.
Oh dear.
What did we learn?
We're looking for man. What's his name again?
Greth.
Greth. I keep saying Geth, and I'm like, it's not.
He's
Geth.
had a little too many
no.
already.
I highly recommend that you take notes during your home games.
Yeah.
Write it all down.
I went to write it down. And I got
That's fine.
distracted
A lot of
by
things
The
down.
bomb.
Yeah. You're fine.
For
I'm
a
just messing
character
around.
who's
How do
like
you
all
spell his
about
name? Greth.
Okay.
We're looking for a man named Greth. He's a officer.
You're aware of Greth.
Yeah.
Greth is an
I assume
old.
they aren't.
I was
Yeah,
so
yeah.
focused on being in character that I forgot to do what the character things that she would remember,
Sure.
but probably didn't know to write down.
Did we find anything else out about the body itself?
No, but if he was the first man on the scene, he'll know what there is to know. And if the higher-ups are telling him to be quiet, he might have a chip on his shoulder. Now, officers can get a little caught up in following the rules, but I don't know. From him, let's hope he's a good guy.
Right.
Do I know anything about him? Is he like
Yeah, he's a nice man.
got a pretty good reputation?
He's got a real good reputation. He's a cop's cop.
yeah.
He protects his people.
He's
He's one of the good ones.
I was gonna say the thin red, white and red line.
Yeah, thin white and red line.
Thin
Yeah.
white and red line.
Yeah, he's
good.
like Tom Selleck's character on Blue Bloods, except for it's red and white bloods.
Got it. Yeah.
So you guys want to make your way over to the Titan's Keg, or you want to do anything else? Sorry.
No,
Oh, I think that's fine.
no, I'm
Kind
I'm
of like
perfectly...
push the stale pastries away.
I am.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
think we are.
They're
ready
not
to...
good,
No.
and the Bombat's not great either.
Yeah.
I
The
grab.
Bombat's
one of the-
great.
I grab one of
Bombat's
the
not great.
pastries and eat it.
Okay.
It's
I
an
know, Mom, that's
It's like
pretty good.
it's
I
It's
wasn't
steak-
drinking the Bombat. I was drinking my own.
Oh,
my
okay.
own
Oh yeah, you
special
were
blend.
drinking the mix.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I gave most of
specific.
my Bombat away, but I might take a sip of theirs before I
Tastes
go.
like rocket fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
I
not
think
good.
I don't think Velma's a stranger to Bombat.
No, yeah. It's like drinking a shot of vodka. It's
Okay.
not, except for in a half of a mug.
I don't think she drank. I think she just took a shot. I think she took
Yeah,
a
it's like
shot.
moonshine.
I think she took a shot's worth to take
Mhm.
the edge of the pain of her wound off.
Sure.
And then she kind of says like, "Come, weary travelers, your two you need protection from Astaroth and Seraphine as we move you further through Sunholm.
So Astaroth will take one of, what did we call them? Dough rings?
Oh yeah, the dough circles.
Fried dough circles from this morning. When they brought in the dough circles this morning, he's going to take one of those and go on.
I take one and I bite it and I take the other and I pop it on my
Put it on your horn.
Seraphine takes one as well.
Great. You guys head
She's
over.
having a lot of fun with it.
Wait, what are you doing?
They're designed for easy transportation.
But what if someone sees you and you're a member of the police force? You
Then
shouldn't.
they'll know that I like dough circles. Everyone does.
I take one and I put it on my tusk.
Love it.
All
I
right.
just carry
You
mine.
never know when we need it.
I feel sorry for the hornless, tuskless races, you know?
Okay, that's
They're
not
so
very-
lacking in keratin.
Yeah.
So you make your way towards the Titan's Keg, a place that you haven't been a ton, but you're well aware of it. This is a much more egalitarian, it's not just officers, it's also people visiting Sunhome, it's people who have meetings here.
Sure, and I think it's not like you can't go in if you're not an
No,
officer.
of course.
But like they look down on you getting into a fight.
They also
here.
look down you literally as that there are many giants
Yes.
and ogres and huge feral minotaurs who are a full head taller than you. Just very large people in this bar, in addition to several types of officers. And you spot Lieutenant Greth at the humanoid-sized bar. Lieutenant Greth is a Viashino. He is a Boros Viashino. He's sort of like an old man. He's got those sort of iguana bags under his eyes. He's sort of, as you spot him, he's drinking some probably Bombat and has a big yawn as he's sitting at the bar, just sort of by himself.
I think I'll wander over to.
Just by yourself?
Yeah, I kind of think I should make the approach.
Yeah, I think even Velma understands at this point that because Greth would be more aware of Astaroth, but I think she knows that she can't pass herself off as a well-known Boros,
Okay.
so she just moves
Do you guys want to do anything before?
I think we'll do the same thing. Find
Yeah.
a nice table, but then we can see him at.
Oh,
we wanna
actually,
make
this is
sure
the
people
thing.
are-
Would
Find a
people
human-sized table.
would
Yeah.
non-Boros
well,
seem way out of place at this
No.
bar? Okay, so we find a
Non-Boros
table.
would not seem way out of place.
we'd find one that has
Lets it on
half
size.
seating for both,
Yeah.
because I assume that exists as well.
Yes,
Tables that have
absolutely.
a mix of both.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you get yourself a booster seat
Oh,
to be able to sit at the big number.
Oh, because
Oh,
I
I just messed around.
I would
just-
not.
I felt like-
I would just stand.
Yeah, I felt like saying booster seat because I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
You were correct.
There's a barkeep named Revis who comes over. He's got one arm, and he comes over and he's wearing his smock and he says, "What can I get for you folks?"
Oh, good evening. We'll just have a glass of water for me.
Do you have any pastries?
I'm sorry, we don't have any pastries here. We probably could scrounge up some rolls or some bread, bread and butter if you
Water's fine, thank
water. All right, I'll get y'all some water.
Thank
no
you.
worries. And for you,
What is this a kind of bar that would serve cocktails, or is it
maybe.
give me a real world like if the other bar was the Rowdy Cop bar from The Wire? What
Right.
is
This
this?
is Applebee's.
Yeah, no, a little nicer than
a
Applebee's.
PX,
Well, everything's
prison-
nicer than
a
Applebee's.
military PX, or like a supper club, or a
Yeah, I would say
just get or what would be equivalent of getting a beer.
you could probably get an old-fashioned beer or something like that.
I was thinking a whiskey on the rocks.
Yeah, you could get a
So
whiskey.
she
on the
orders,
rocks.
she orders what would be
The whiskey on the rocks
Yeah.
equivalent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Real quick, make a perception check for me.
It's like they'll definitely have
Just you.
liquor drinks. Will they
Oh, for
have
sure.
fancy cocktails?
Yeah.
He's got one hand. He can't do much.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, he's good though. I bet he does all the flipping and stuff with the one
He's got
hand.
magic for it.
That's an 18.
Okay.
Wait, is that 18? Yeah, 18.
It's a pretty bit. It's not as busy as Kos, as the Kos, but it's pretty busy in here. But you do spot across the room. There appears to be someone who's sort of hanging out at a corner table, drinking by themselves, and you're able to spot on their around their ankle an anklet.
Okay.
Seems familiar to you.
Okay. I'm gonna approach them.
Yeah?
And like, I'm gonna kind of like maybe be a little more subtle now. Like maybe I won't be like, I'm not gonna be what I was at the other bar where I'm like, Seraphine, the glory of the Boros. And I think she's more kind of like, she kind of like puts her mace back down like she would if she was like keeping it as like a sheath weapon, and like kind of walks up to him, and approaches him. So.
Okay. Do you want to do that scene first, or you want to do Greth?
Let Greth go, because
Let's go
I kind
Greth.
of did a lot of role playing in the last scene.
I'll go up to him and kind of just like go up and say, Lieutenant, it's good to see you. It's
You're
Astaroth.
Astaroth, yeah.
Yeah,
Nice
we've worked
to-
together a couple times.
Yeah, you've been on a couple of crime scenes. Now, good to see you.
Yeah.
Did you get promoted?
No, just
Just stopping in?
yeah, sometimes you gotta mix it up, don't you?
Yeah, I got you.
It's nice they've got chairs I fit in a little better here.
Yeah, that's always fun. I always like,
Yeah. Heard what happened in the case the other day.
Yeah?
I just want to say I'm sorry that doesn't sound like justice.
Yeah.
They talk about all the ideals of the Boros and well, usually it's pretty good, but every now and then when the rich folk get involved.
I don't even know what to say about it. I mean, Look, I'm off the case. I'm off the case now.
Yeah, well, as far as the Boros go, I was never on the case at all, but sometimes justice is a little more important than following orders.
Yeah, well, justice flies on angry wings, you know what I mean?
That's true. Look, I've got some friends here who have some of a personal stake in what's going on.
Yeah?
I know that we're supposed to keep it hush-hush.
He'll glance over and see the other folks.
Just the two of them right now.
just the two of them.
Kind of moving.
Okay. All right.
They're not Legion, but they're good people.
Sure.
We know anything we can about what happened, who the victim was. Now, look, I know this is a lot, and you don't know me that well, but
I mean, it's not much. I don't know much. I mean, I think they're calling it the head case now, which is pretty funny.
yeah.
Poor Stiff. I mean, we found him. He was tied to a chair. Can you believe that? Tied to a chair.
I'll kind of gesture you guys over.
I will as
And
stealthily as
this
one can
description,
do.
as this description is happening, you guys wander over, and he sort of sees you and goes, "Yeah, I mean, it's tied to a chair. His nose was just like busted through the nose. It was his brain was leaking all through the back of his head. I'd never seen anything like it. It looked like his whole head had been melted from a." It felt like a Is It Chemister blast.
One of their crazy contraptions.
Yeah,
That's what it
just
sounded
some-
like to me.
Seemed like some sort of trick, just like a trick gone wrong. Maybe the blast seekers got ahead of themselves celebrating the holiday or something. I mean, but it was too perfect, right? They were just it was this guy who got tied to a chair, and he must have gotten kidnapped. I mean, they took it. He was really well dressed, and we found him in the smelting district. I mean, nobody goes to the smelting district if you're wearing nice clothes. That's not.
I'm from the smelting district. Trust me.
Right.
I know.
I am too. It's not a place for people wearing a suit.
Can you clarify when you said guy, did you mean human?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can't really tell because of the head condition. But yeah, probably a human or a half-elf.
I mean, I believe there are other ways to tell.
Look, I got off the case very early, so I don't got all those details. I found the body, and pretty much immediately they took me off the case, all right? Captain Trieste took over the case. That's who's in charge now. She's a true fire. I'm not in the business anymore. Don't go looking in this. All right, it's not worth the lung damage to go down there. Look, my team picked the place clean. Whoever did it didn't leave anything behind. All right. We ID'd the guy because of the appearance of apparently he had some sort of descriptive, not really identification, but he had his name on some notes in his pocket.
Any sort of guild affiliation?
No, guildless. Totally guildless, as far as we can tell. His name was Mebbins Giscarens. Can you believe that? What a name! Mebbins. Who names their kid Mebbins?
Could you spell that for me?
Mebbins.
You got it right.
Mebbins.
Jeskarens.
Jek. One more time.
Jeskarens. I was headed over to the Jeskarens estate to interview the family. And maybe Mebbin's ghost. Like, who knows anymore in Ravnica, right? Like, that used to be all we used to do in police work.
It was so much simpler.
It was so much simpler. You could just interview the ghost, ask him who killed him, right? Or you go get one of the clerics and they cast Spare the Dying, and you talk to the body, and it was easy.
Okay, you know, one time I came upon a two-headed ogre and only one of the heads was dead. Strangest ghost I ever saw.
Yeah, that sounds not good. That sounds like an awful haunting. Look, I don't know what else is. I was headed over there. We'd gotten word from a bouncer at a local place that the ghost was seen in the estate area. That a ghost fitting this description was over near to where this was. Okay.
How long ago was that? You think it could have stuck around?
A couple days, maybe. I got pulled off the case pretty quick. When I saw that melted head, I thought that this was going to get me drinks for life. I was like, this is my case. They're going to put Greth up on the wall, and this is going to be my retirement. And then it got taken. You know, it's a rough day. It's a rough week. But you got to believe in the Boros Legion. They're going to solve it. I understand. I'm disappointed, but I understand.
Yeah, believe in the Legion. I clink. I just grab a cup on the table. I didn't go get one and just clink it against it and put it back down.
Hey, that's my drink.
Sometimes you gotta cheer.
I mean, I don't recommend talking to the True Fire. It's kind of a rough crowd.
Yeah.
She's blistery. You know what I mean? She's.
Sounds like my kind.
Look, I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but that's all I know about it. All right, is that the Jeskarens theoretically have both the body and the soul at their place.
And who was it who told you to keep this quiet again?
Captain Tristy.
Do I know Captain Tristy?
You do. She is in the bar.
Oh.
She is here, speaking with some more important people elsewhere in the bar.
She's the cup you just grabbed and cheers to.
Yeah.
Hi, why are you talking about me like a foot away?
She's like, I said be quiet about it, and you just didn't do it.
The worst.
You are
You had
aware.
one job.
You are aware of this person. You've never talked to this person.
Reputation at all?
Real stickler.
Like very. The angels say. Like, on the cultier end of Boros.
Yeah, and on the angrier end of Boros also.
Is there another end of the Boros for that part?
I mean,
there's the idealistic
white
end.
aligned and red aligned.
Yeah.
It was a joke.
Is that gonna be it, Astaroth?
Thanks.
If you don't mind, I mean, I got woken up in the middle of the night for this Rakdos deal, so I'm just gonna go back to drinking.
Yeah, I heard about that. Is there some new thing going on?
It's not new. It's the Rakdos. I mean, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I don't know why we let them be a guild. I don't get it.
It's not for me to decide. That's for well above my pay grade. And he will sort of like unhinge his Viashino jaw and yawn like a big.
Uh-huh. Hey, thanks for your help.
Good luck.
Thanks. I'll take all of it we can get.
Meanwhile, Velma,
Mm-hmm.
you wanna
Yeah.
you wanna do this?
Sure. We
Okay.
have time.
We can do it quick.
Okay.
This will be keep this one brisk.
Yeah.
You walk over to a just looks like just a human Boros kind of soldier,
Okay.
just sort of leaning back, feet crossed in front of him.
Mm-hmm. Does he say anything?
Nope. When you walk up,
Yeah.
nope. Just keep staring ahead.
Okay. And I say, fancy meeting you in a place like this. Or fancy running into you here.
And he will turn slowly and look at you. Good to see a friendly face.
Long time no see.
And he'll gesture for you to sit down.
Mm-hmm.
So what brings you to the area?
Just seeing what there is to offer in the neighborhood. Lots of sights to be seen, and I'm here to look them up.
How long's it been since we saw each other last?
I don't know how to.
Don't know how to answer that one?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, we're speaking in code right
Yeah. And Riley doesn't know the code as well as the character
That's
does.
fine. So what? I don't know if I want to tell the players what's happening right now.
Yeah. This is
You guys can look over your...
Yeah.
But this is
it's not a comprehensive sheet.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Okay, I need to look at more.
We're trying
of
to work on this.
Yeah.
You can write it down on a card and pass it to him.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. So,
This is super fun radio for the people listening.
yeah, sorry.
He looks ridiculous with that dough circle on his horn. I can't stand it.
I think it's kind of cute.
It's just so
I take it off.
respectful.
and eat it.
There's still some sprinkles left.
All right.
Just
So how long has it been?
Go wipe it off.
5? 10 years?
I would say 5 years.
How's the family?
It's doing good.
How old's Emily these days?
I think she's turned a year old.
Just 1?
Yeah.
I thought for sure she'd be 3 by now.
You probably thought she was 2 last time you saw her.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. That is that was a 19 plus 4, so that's going to be a 23.
So your child gets younger.
I didn't know you had
Yeah,
kids.
2 sounds about right. You know, we get together with some of the old gang every once in a while. I'll give you the address. You can come down for a card game.
That sounds like it'll be perfect.
Good to see you.
I've been meaning to check out the old neighborhood again.
Yeah.
It's always a pleasure to see you.
And he will write down on a piece of paper something and slide it to you.
Okay.
Which I will give you later.
Yeah.
And he will get up and he will leave.
Okay.
Hope that was fun.
All right.
So you make your way. Are you making your way over by yourself,
Tristy.
Oh,
or are you going over to Tristy?
I'm gonna go to them.
Okay.
And let them know, because I kind of think that letting Tristy know that we're like investigating this might be a bad idea.
what do you propose otherwise?
She's the officer who took over, and she's a hardliner.
Well, there's also the family, right?
Go investigate ourselves.
That might be a better way
See
to
if we
go.
can get our hands on the ghost. If it's still around, I mean, those things tend to fade away eventually.
Well, if they still have the body, that could also help.
I think we've made our choice then.
At that moment, a Zorius team of arresters are going to enter the establishment, and they are joined by what you recognize as one of the precognitive mages, who enter the bar and say, "We are looking for Tutoru of the Celestian Conclave."
Friends of yours?
No, I mean, they're guild mates.
The Boros
but-
in the bar will be like, what's going on here? And so we're looking for someone.
Let me just.
We're looking, and so the Boros folks at the front will sort of, they don't want Azorius folks coming in and messing around, so they will, the bartender and some of the other folks and Greth will sort of like make a red and white wall.
I definitely join in on that,
Yeah.
because if the Azorius just walk in and start
Right.
demanding things
the Boros
in a Boros
kind of
bar,
go up and are like, "What's the meaning of this?"
That's
Velma
almost
kind
like-
of joins in too, but in a way like she's like kind of standing behind someone, so her face isn't super clear.
I'm going to try to make my way through the crowd and get up in front of them.
You hear the precognitive mage at the front say, "The Tutoru is going to be placed under arrest. They have been tried and found guilty of pre-criminal intent for breaking and entering into the Jescarin's estate in the very near future. Set down your weapons, place your hands behind your necks, and we will accompany Tutoru to the Uzdek maximum security prison. Now, if you'll please move out of our way." And the Boros will say, "What? The precognitive? That's
I would
that's some
never."
hokum. I don't, And so they sort of get into a little bit of a bit of a brouhaha there.
maybe that flies in your neck of the wood. But here, you gotta do something before you get arrested for it.
Unacceptable, according to paragraph 2, section 7, subsection 1.18. Precognitive crime can be tried and arrested on other guild property.
Yeah, well, according to Boros law section, we've got more people than axes.
Are you threatening us?
No.
No.
I'm making a pretty clear statement of the situation.
No, I'm going to try to get as closest to them as I can so I can speak to them.
Okay. You all are up there. On your shoulder, you feel a hand. You look over your shoulder and you see a woman, beautiful woman, sort of in a cloak. Make a perception check, actually.
I was going to say, does she have any noticeable guildness to her perception? 16.
No noticeable guild. She appears to have sort of a hunch back.
Okay.
So she's sort of hunched over.
Is she humanoid height though, or
Humanoid-ish. Little large for a human, I would say. She will lean in and say, "Get your friends and come out the back." And then she will leave.
Okay. I'll walk towards the front of the crowd, and what level is this? Yes, I can do it.
Actually,
You all need to get out of here, all right? This is Boros property. You have no right. We have plenty of right. They have been found guilty already.
can we say that Velma, or I can roll that Velma noticed someone speaking to Tutoru? Because I think she'd be
Sure.
normally in the room. Can we roll for that? Or can we just say that she noticed it? What's
Roll
better-
for
what's
it.
better?
I
Okay.
would rather you roll
So
for
perception? Yeah, sure.
it. Yeah, perception. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, well that was a 19.
Okay.
So yeah. Okay,
You
so
noticed
she...
someone leaned into Tutoru?
Yeah.
It's loud in here now,
Okay.
though.
So
A fight is about to break out.
I cast message to you,
Mhm.
and I say, "What did she tell you?"
I'm told to leave out to the back. Don't worry, I have a plan. We can do this.
Okay,
Are
I
you guys contacting me
now
anymore?
cast message to both of them one at a time and say, "Someone told Tutoru to head out the back. I think it's our best option right now." And you both have a chance to respond to me.
I don't say anything. I just turn to the other ones and I go, "Are we gonna let these blue sons of bitches tell us what to do in our own bar?
No!
For the angels!
For justice!
For Boros!
and they will start moving in,
Okay.
and
Velma will start moving back.
Yeah,
And I'll back off.
And at this
My
point,
way
Velma slips off her armor,
Mhm.
and kind of closes her cloak again and puts her hood up and moves towards Tutoru.
Okay, I'm still trying to get to the front, so you guys are gonna have to either stop me or say
I'm
something.
gonna-
on my way back.
I did send it to you. I told you.
I know, but I'm not listening.
Okay.
I'm trying to
Oh.
get to there to explain everything and not make a giant mess out
Yep.
of this.
I'll stop.
so where are you going?
I was gonna go for him
Go for
first.
him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. So I'm
do it.
gonna put
Go.
my hand on your. How far? Put my hand on your.
You're
shoulder
trying to
and
fight
be like,
through
Right,
the Boros
yeah,
line,
yeah.
but you
Right.
can't get it from this side.
Right.
It's like
It's not a good time. There's no point in trying to solve this now. We can come back later
I
to
can
it.
just-
this is a very unruly situation. I would appreciate it if you followed the laws you hold so dear. Oh, how dare you bring the law into this in our place!
This is.
We can't
I love
run.
watching
So
Ruben fight with himself.
I turn around and I head towards the back. And when I get to the two of them talking about leaving, I'm just going to grab you by the back of your shirt and just be like, let's go, we can discuss it outside.
No, we can't. It's a.
We are going to
precognitive-
get caught in this fight.
We're going to get caught no matter what. It's a precognitive mage. They know. They know what
There's
the future.
no way I would do something like that.
I know, and that's what I want to explain with them.
We can discuss it outside.
We're going to become fugitives if we do this.
You need to get out of my way. We need to arrest the criminal. They're not a criminal yet. This is some hokum.
You work the law. You know how this works. Do I really even have a chance if they get a hold of me?
No. Fine. Let's go. Fine.
So you make your way out the back.
Yeah.
Pretty easy to get out from that situation as you manage to walk past the restrooms and past the kitchen and out a back entrance where there is an alley behind the Titan's Keg Tavern. It is dark, tall buildings on the sides. It is night. There are some street lamps around, so it's pretty tough to see, but you do see a shape underneath one of the street lamps, leaning, waiting.
Does it look like the shape that whispered to me earlier? That was the woman in the bar who told me to leave. She might know something. We should probably talk to her. I'll start heading her way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can put my.
You all
hood up.
going that way?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm following. I'm going to do a stealth check, though, because I'm doing the same thing I normally do, which is kind of like hang back a little bit. Because I didn't walk out when they walked out, because I kind of like I was putting my cloak on, taking off my armor, kind of hiding myself from my subterfuge. And that's a nat 20 on that
nice.
stealth check.
You are stealthed.
Yeah.
As you approach the character, let me find my other thing. You find a woman in a cloak. Large woman. Larger than a normal sized woman that you might expect.
On a scale of like goblin to Loxodon, what are we talking?
Gob's gone.
Almost Loxodon size.
Oh wow. Okay.
Very large. Make a perception check.
Just me?
Just you. Because they've not seen one of these before.
It's an 8.
That's a big lady.
Okay.
Thank you for your help back there.
Of course.
You seem to know something.
I know a lot of things. I know who you are, and it got verified just now.
Well, it seems only fair that I know who you are as well, then.
My name is Feather, and I need your help. And that's where we're going to end this week's
Out-of-game freak
episode.
out. Ah!
Sweet!
I hope you liked that reveal
gosh.
at the end.
Angel.
Magic fans.
Oh, I was literally just asking about her, too.
We'll pick up there at TwitchCon, where Feather has a job, it seems, for our party.
And if you want to know more about the character and some of the old Ravnica lore, Ashlyn has been reading some of the books on
right.
Twitch and stuff, right?
Yeah, every Monday on my Twitch channel, I'm reading through. We're on book 1 right now, but
Yeah.
halfway through, so.
Nice.
Let's
Tune
run
in.
through all of the we'll start down
Yeah,
there.
might as
So,
well.
yeah, go ahead.
All right, so Ashlyn Rose, you can find me on Twitter at Ashlyn Rose. For my Twitch, it's twitch.tv/Ashlyn Rose, Ashlyn_Rose. And like I said, I read the books on there. I also play a lot of Magic the Gathering and Magic Arena and cosplay stuff.
Are you doing your fundraiser while this is airing?
No.
Okay.
I will be at it.
I'm going to say, like, can they still donate?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
My name's Gaurav. You can catch me on all the socials at DoubleGXG. It's the word double, then GXG. And you can also catch me on Wildcards on twitch.tv/SavingThrowShow on Fridays at 8 p.m. Pacific time. And Jordan's on that show as well. It's a Weird West show set in the Deadlands Reloaded universe.
You can find me on Twitter at Riley J. Silverman, and every Sunday this season during Doctor Who, I'm writing reviews of the new episodes for Nerdist.com. And actually, if you look at when this airs, for the last 2 weeks, I was actually on Nerdist News Talk Back on the Mondays after the episodes air, so you can watch those as well. And I actually just wrote on 2 of the honest trailers for Doctor Who.
Yeah.
So there's a
Which
classic
was
and a modern
great.
one. Thank you.
So good.
We put a lot of work into it. The team that there did a lot of work into it. And I was just like their resident expert and got a few jokes in as well. So we're very proud of those. Check those out as well. And that's all I got for now.
And I'm Jordan Pridgeon. You can follow me on Twitter at Jordan Pigeon. I am also on Wildcards, twitch.tv/SavingThrowShow, Friday nights at 8 p.m. Pacific. And this is like we're wrapping up a 5-season campaign, and it's getting pretty interesting. So definitely tune in.
Please do.
And I am the internet's Ruben Bressler. You can follow me at MOXREUBY on all of the social media platforms. I'm one of the co-hosts of Magic Mics. That's MICS, which is a weekly news show for Magic the Gathering. Be sure to follow the show with hashtag #TheBrokenPactRPG. That's hashtag #TheBrokenPactRPG. Please do also join our Discord to join in the conversation. I'm in there. It's on. I check my phone regularly to see if there's anything that I can help with on there. Follow at Saving Throw Show on all those social media platforms and on Twitch as well. And stick around on twitch.tv/Saving Throw Show for Talk Pact, where we will be discussing the exciting events and deepening intrigue of this episode. I would like to thank Wizards of the Coast and Dungeons & Dragons and Magic the Gathering and the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica here on this show for all of their hard work and dedication and help in building this world in the world of Dungeons & Dragons. It's a ton of fun to play around with.
It really is.
I want to thank A.E. Marling and Emmett Fury, as I do every week, for helping me craft this story. I hope you guys are enjoying it. This week, I want to send a special thank you to Dial Kingsmill, who developed the secret code that we will hopefully be working on later.
Yeah, that Riley will actually learn how to use.
Right. We will be working on that as we go forward.
I'm a bad roguish bard if I don't know how to use thieves' camps.
I also want to thank Domzup, Benevolent Overlord, for running the soundboard and making sure that all of our voices are heard all across the internet. I guess that's all. So, for Ashlyn, Gaurav, Jordan, and Riley, I am Ruben Bressler, and we'll see you next time on Ravnica, the Broken Pact.